Hi, Tim. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good, good. I'll make you co-host. I got to do something. You help me admit whoever comes in.
Okay. All right. Whoever.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, this session is recorded. Phantom.
Yeah. I'll record the video also, lah. But now I need to
It's a
get myself
different
a drink.
version, actually.
Sorry.
It's a different version. The one that Zoom.
Zoom has one
records.
also. Zoom also
Yeah.
can do the notes. Yeah. I'm trying to get something, but now I cannot find it on my computer. Oh, okay. I'm trying to get, actually, I'm trying to change my backdrop. Then I cannot find the one I want.
It's a gloomy day in KL, so I thought this is an appropriate backdrop. It's been raining.
Well, I thought you would have the dry season with a lot of durians coming.
Not today. If it's dry season, then it's good to rain. If it's rainy like this, it's not going to be that nice.
Ah. Oh, come. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I look like in myself and see. I got to sit this side. I got to sit this side. Okay, sit this side. Okay, that may be better. Oh, come. Okay, I can get something to drink first.
Sure, sure. Hello, welcome, Elizabeth. Hello from KL. It's a gloomy day, so you got a backdrop. It's gloomy.
Hello, Elizabeth. The people are starting to come in, I think. There you go.
Hello.
Hello,
Bante.
Hello.
Rosanna here. Rosanna, the name is
Alex,
wrong.
yeah, I
Rosanna,
thought.
is it? Sorry, my eyesight.
I will rename you. No, nothing wrong. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
don't know why
name.
is it. Yeah, why is it that it got onto Alex? Can you do it, Tim?
I will rename you.
Thank you.
Rosanna Chung.
Yes.
Miss Chung. Miss Chung is a Hainan, is it?
Hakka.
Hakka.
Hakka Moy.
Hakka
Yeah.
Moy,
Correct
yeah.
spelling?
That. Correct. Thank you.
Hakka Nyen.
Hakka Nyen.
Yeah, I can't see my face.
You cannot see your
camera
face.
is blocked.
I
Something is
don't know
blocking
what.
your camera.
You look at your camera, go and remove
Where
something
is my?
that's
I'm not that savvy.
no. Your computer, there's a camera right in front, right?
Yeah, why? My laptop.
Okay, we got another few minutes, then I will get started.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I record it into my computer?
Yeah, sure. You can record video or the audio or the, what do you call that, the transcript. You're
Someone
free
was
to.
telling me I need to record 2 audios in case some audio didn't, one or the other didn't tell.
Up to you. You can log in
But I
another
don't know how to do
computer
it.
and do the, no, like you log in using another computer.
No, I don't have the resource. My wife would need Zoom for something else later, so I'm just saving this one for this meeting.
Okay. So,
Hang on.
hello Ita, welcome. Selamat datang dari Indonesia. Dari what? Jakarta atau Surabaya ya?
Hi, Mr. Peng. Hi, everyone. I'm from.
Hello.
Wow, so pretty, Rosanna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rose.
Thank you. I put hairspray to neaten it.
I think.
Mr. Peng, do you believe I feeling older than Rosanna?
Please, let us not get into the age there, Ita. The age
Yeah, nice to meet you, Mr.
hello.
Tim.
You might
hello.
say what you like. You will never be the oldest because the oldest is my school teacher called Kok Yu King.
Oh,
He
okay.
taught me when I was in school. Now he's still teaching me. I just like a
Awesome.
very long detention class, you know.
So this round, please pay attention, huh?
Yeah, I think my this lighting not very good now. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Okay, but my face clear to you or not?
A bit on a dark shade.
Dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need a spotlight to be in front.
Yeah. Actually, my spotlight spoiled. My spotlight, the thing, I don't know why. The spotlight worked, no, but the head that was holding together, something went wrong. It fell down.
Feel very excited today because I read your message. There are 10 speakers, so very nice.
I think now it's down to 9
information.
speaker. Now it's down to 9 speaker because Mike Nicholson, he's supposed to talk to us about stress management, but he got so stressed out, he said, I cannot talk.
Okay.
Because he lost his handphone, he was really stressed out. So he want to use that to tell you about the stress management he's going through. But in the process, he got so stressed out, he said, I cannot talk, I will just listen.
Okay.
So we got room for others to speak.
Yeah, you see, now the handphone is so important for us.
Uh,
If you should lose your handphone, it is rather stressful because so many things is in that phone.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I told
Mm.
Mike that he must have two handphones. And he asked me why. So I said, one is for business and banking. That one you cannot do anything except your banking and your business. The other one, you want to watch YouTube, you want to surf the net, you can do that because that's where the viruses are waiting for you, right? Then he said,
Hey,
I'm already 80 years old. There's still so many things to learn.
no, but very
Yes, I do
stressful, you
agree.
know.
I
I
do
have
It
so
is.
agree.
many phones.
For the baking, we have to separate for daily use. It's a very dangerous for nowadays if we make only use one phone for the mobile banking, especially.
True, true.
Yeah, now Mike is here. That's it. This is the stress guy.
Do you guys get like scam calls every day? I get like almost 2 scam calls a day and I don't answer them.
Oh, I got very beautiful girl who want to be my friend. So I wonder whether I'm really so handsome that all the girls want to be my friend.
Don't trust all these don't trust all these people. They're always there for the
Mm,
wrong reasons, you know.
yeah. Okay, now it's 7 o'clock. So hold on, I will start the recording. Whoever want to record, I can make your co-host. You can do the with the recording right if you wish to. Yeah, I will make Rosanna. I will make Ita with co-host. You got some power lah, but I don't know what are the powers also. So anyway, I just make you co-host and
Well,
improve.
you don't make me pink co-host, just make Tim. I'm not so good with, focusing on so many things, you know. I
Oh
may look
yeah,
yeah. I'm not
okay,
young
no
anymore,
issue.
I'm
I
a
will make
hundred and
Mike.
eight, you know.
I'll make Mike a co-host.
Make Tim,
Tim, yeah,
okay?
yeah. Tim is already a co-host.
Mm,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll start my recording now.
okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now 7 p.m. in Singapore. Welcome to the Community for Wellness. I am Peng, your host for this evening. Thank you. Now, we start with 1 minute each. Introduce yourself. Tell us something that we can definitely remember you for the rest of our life. Let's start with Mike Nicholson.
Thank you, Peng. I'm not sure I can talk. I just had 2 teeth extracted an hour ago, and I still have anesthetic in my mouth. So I will shut up there. But I'm Mike in Indonesia. Looking forward to next month when I can talk.
Okay, thank you, Mike. We'll remember you as a guy who couldn't talk. Okay, next on my screen, Tim Liu.
Oh, okay. My backdrop shows I'm from Kuala Lumpur, born and bred here, lived in one of Kuala Lumpur's tall high-rise, and now resumed back into staying in a condo, which is a glorified version of that. I'm here because I just want to remotely keep in contact with people. My friend Rosanna is here, so she can vouch that I actually existed in Kuala Lumpur. With that, over to you. Maybe Rosanna can talk from now.
Yes, please, Rosanna.
Hi, I'm Rosanna Chung. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. Hypnotherapist. So we use hypnosis to treat many medical issues, as well as stress of the mind and emotions. It is really a very happening therapy right now. So that's what I want to promote, the awareness of hypnotherapy. Thank you.
Excellent. I like that. You must be the first hypnotherapist that I know. I know many people who are just the rapist. Okay. Okay, next on my screen, Elizabeth, please.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth. Okay, just got to know Peng and also know about this speaking thing, so I just signed up. And thank you for allowing me to speak. And yes, I'm actually a preschool educator. I started as a graphic artist, then transited to preschool educator. Now I am part retired, but I'm moving into speaking. And I hope today I won't bore you with my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Welcome. Okay, next we have Ita, all the way from Indonesia.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Banteng. Hi, I'm Ida. I stay in Jakarta, Indonesia. Maybe my background is similar with Miss Elizabeth. I've been teaching for over 10 years, since 2013, and I was studying at an international school before, and then now I developed my learning community based in Jakarta, Indonesia. And addition, currently, I'm studying in the field of international law as my major at the moment, and I believe in this meeting with positive and enthusiastic hopes, we can learn together with all of you because, in my opinion, education and leadership, as my direct experience every day for the past 10 years, and as an educator, in general, faced with practice of communicating and people, be it at in the office and in the community or in our everyday life. Yes. Well, I hope at this meeting with all the seniors in here, I can be follow you as my role models. And thank you. Back to you, Mr. Banteng.
Thank you, Ita. Next on my screen, my school teacher from Taiping, Malaysia, Mr. Kok Yu Keng. Welcome. Introduce yourself, Mr. Kok. You're muted. We cannot hear you. You're still muted. You got to unmute.
Sorry.
Okay.
You know, I'm not tech savvy, and that's why now I'm using my mobile instead of my laptop. Okay. I'm probably I've retired for more than a quarter century, and I'm still focusing now. I'm focused on I do this mainly to tell my story, not because I'm a trained psychiatrist or doctor or whatever. I'm not trained as such, but I'm only trained in telling my own story of how I managed my own depression for more than 80 years. Probably when I was born, I was already depressed, inherited from my mother. So that's why probably, you know, God made me to tell my story because it's such a long history of depression prevention. Surely I think I've got a lot of things to talk about, you know. So hope you will be patient with me in the days ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kok. Great job to be able to come out of depression all by yourself. You didn't even need a psychotherapist. You did it on your own.
Yes, mine is a more or less, you can say, a non-medical model of depression prevention by using my playful spirit and unconditional love and acceptance.
Oh, wow. Great job, great job. Next on my screen, all the way from India, Dr. Halima Sadia.
Hi everyone. So you can see my background. It's UAE, the tallest building of the world, and I'm an educationist by profession, but nowadays I am advocating for environment, for sustainability. There is a reason behind this, but what exactly is the reason that I'm going to disclose once I'm going to speak about this. And I'm very happy to be here once again. And I think earlier I was very regular on this platform, but since I was little busy into my own PhD program from Malaysia and then my sustainability initiatives. So that's why I'm happy to be here with you all. Thank you very much.
You are doing your second PhD, doctor.
Yes, this is my
Wow.
second PhD
My goodness.
in e-waste management.
Wow, 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 wow. E-waste management. Yeah, yeah. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, all the way from London, we have Shauna Josh.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shauna. I'm originally from Kerala, south of India, and half my lifetime after that was in Singapore, and which is where I met Peng and where I joined Agora. And currently, I'm in London, South London. Fortunately, the weather is warm, and I'm enjoying it here very much now. What I would like to say is that I am who I am because of all the people that I have met in my life and all the experiences that I've had, which makes me enjoy all the meetings with people. And I realize that there's a lot that I learn from you, and it's helped me to grow and be where I am today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Shauna. Next on my screen, Amos. Please, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Okay, hold on. Hi, sorry, I didn't expect I need to introduce myself. Okay, I asked me the simple part. I think I'm not a specialist, but I thank God I'm being prompted the program. And you've asked me to introduce myself. I'm a Mr. Nobody because I need to work with somebody to fulfill this program. I'm glad that Peng to allow me to be part of here to learn more from you. I'm being prompted People's Enterprise, where money make will go back to society over 10 years in sequential manner over 4 phases. I'm just curious what is leading me to. In this program is focusing on protecting people who are not so rich on 2 focus area is cultivating godly value as habit, not non-religious based, godly based, and to save life so the more so can save. Along the journey, I get to know scientists and even people who are working on soul, not only on human. So I'm also working on saving soul as well. Because this last one, few minutes, because this I get to know 3 group of people behind me. I hope they are the funders. My smallest group is the current president of Indonesia. It's a close cousin. My smallest group. The next group is a big group. Is also enormous group in UK. Claim to have trillions. They are working on country level, eco-tenacity to develop, eco-tenacity to eradicate poverty. My third group is which also very far enormous, is the one that backed China to print currency. China Heritage Funds. I can't go detail on this, but I hope they are really leading me to lead me to work on this program, whereby money will go back to society. It's like it's an intangible value above tangible. So I hope if the things comes to fruition, I need people, professional people like you to support this program. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Amos. Next on my screen, welcome Mr. Mark Chan from Singapore.
Hi.
There
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you now.
My name is Mark. And if I tell you again, I'm making a remark. And my tagline is I deliver, because I'm a liver detox specialist. After serving for 28 years as a church pastor, I have decided to apply for early retirement to do full-time marketplace ministry to provide healing in a natural way without medication. Too many times we have surrendered our health to conventional medical practitioners. So much so that we are taking medication without changing our lifestyle, without educating ourselves, eating the right food, without using natural remedies that God has given us. So I'm doing this as a passion to free people from medication and its harmful side effects. That's why I am also giving this talk, natural remedies versus conventional maintenance medication. So therefore, I find that I can help the community by doing a health scan, give health advice, and introduce this simple detox program. So I hope you can lend me your ears and listen to my presentation.
You got both my ears, Mark. Next on my screen, Mr. Bruce Sia. You have 1 minute to introduce yourself from Singapore, Bruce Sia. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my name is Bruce Sia. My branding is Asia #1 home-based business coach. I've been in network marketing for 31 years, and also in the wellness industry for 31 years. And I've written and published 5 books on network marketing. So when network marketing is concerned, I'm an authority on the subject, and I've trained and inspired tens of thousands in 12 countries. So I've just created the Create Wealth System program to empower people so that they can be happy, healthy, and wealthy. I call the 4 passports. You need your regular passport, you need the passport of time, you need the passport of money, and you need the passport of good health. If you want to travel, you not only need 1 passport, you need 4 passports. So this is what I do. And my mission is to help millions worldwide to live a better life through this simple program called the Create Wealth System program. That's mine.
Thank you, Bruce. I will need your program, man. Okay, next we have Stephen Gio. Stephen Boon Liang, right? Boon Liang. 1 minute to introduce yourself, Stephen. Okay, Stephen, I think is not ready. Who is JW? JW, please introduce yourself. Okay, I think they will do it later. Let's move on. Next item of the agenda is the prepared speeches. All right, I think at least 10 of you have registered to speak. The order of speaking is when you are ready. So you have 1 minute to introduce yourself, and then the timing starts. You got 10 minutes to speak. And do you need me to help you with the timing, or you want Mike Nicholson to help you? Mike, can you help with the timing? Okay, at 8 minutes, you have the green background.
Where will the background come out?
You have to pin Mike Nicholson to see his background.
You have the pin mic. I don't even see Mike at all.
You don't see Mike is such a big man. How can you not see him?
Hang on. Oh, Mike. Okay.
You gotta pin him on your screen, there you can see him.
Okay.
Okay, so the timing signal is 8, 9, and 10. After 10, you see the red light, red background. You have 30 seconds to close your speech. After that, we will mute you and give you a very big round of applause. Okay, who want to go first?
How come after pinning Mike, he occupies my whole...
I can go first.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go first, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the timing, right? You got 1 minute to introduce yourself. Once you tell us a little bit background about you.
Okay.
Little bit background about the topic you are going to speak on, and tell us why you're so suitably qualified to speak on that. And also tell us why is it so important that we must listen to you. You got to do all these things in 1 minute.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, ever ready.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Singapore, presenting Mr. Bruce Seah.
I'm sharing this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I know exactly what I'll be sharing. I've trained and inspired tens of thousands in 12 countries: Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Nigeria, USA, Philippines, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and Cambodia. And when it comes to network marketing, I'm the authority on the subject. My 3 books are all sold out. Break Free, There is a Better Way to Earn a Living. Why Network Marketing? How to be successful in network marketing. And one of my mission is to break the myths, the misconception about network marketing. And if you want my books, I got 2 paperbacks at Amazon: How to Make Your First Million in Network Marketing, 108 Success Tips on Network Marketing. So I'm now a network marketing consultant, international trainer, keynote speaker. So my mission is to help millions worldwide to live a better life. So I've launched the Create Wealth System program. It's a series of 2-hour seminar. You can attend up to 10 seminars. And I also have my 2-day seminar. So today I want to cover, because health is so important. Many people, they do not take good care of their health, the golden goose. So I have a package that I've designed. I call it the 214 package. You take 2 sachets of protein. Proteins are the building blocks of your body. As you age, you lose muscle mass. Fiber, 1 sachet of fiber, and 4 small sachets of lactoberry. And for this package, it's only $89. That's why I love this business. There is no hard selling, no stress, and it's a one-time investment. There's no monthly maintenance, no balancing act, and you can quote me. That's my $1 million brand, Bruce Seah, Asia #1 home-based business coach. Took me 31 years to build, and I wish I've seen this simple marketing plan 31 years ago. So many people, they got the misconception about network marketing. They call it pyramid selling. It's like an NTUC cooperative club, supermarket. You go and buy, and then you don't go and buy and go and sell. Many people got the wrong idea. And there are companies that are front-loading people with $3,000, $5,000 worth of products. So $89, within 2 to 3 weeks, you can finish it. So that's why I love this business, because it's a very small one-time investment, risk-free and stress-free. And I want to cover more about fiber. Chinese saying, 清调补, cleanse, balance, and build. And many people that colon are stuck with feces matter that has been there for months and even years. So over 90% of diseases start from the colon. I should know, I'm in the wellness industry for 31 years. I got many doctors, TCMs, and nutritionists in my organization. And it has Ganoderma, Lingzi. It was discovered over 2,000 years ago. We call it emperor's food. Before emperors place food into their mouth, they do get their best physician to study it carefully, make sure it's very safe, very effective, and very beneficial to them. So they want to have good health and longevity. So it's so important to take good care of your health. You hear friends and relatives suffering from heart attack and stroke. If you're not fearful, I'm fearful. Just imagine, I don't care whether you're a multi-millionaire or billionaire, but if you're stricken by a stroke or heart attack, and many end up bedridden on a wheelchair, and what kind of life can you live? And they cannot do what they do before. They fall in a state of depression, and some even commit suicide. So if I can help save one life, one person from suffering heart attack and stroke, I've done my part. And this business, I love it because it's only $89. And if they don't have $89, they can have a box of a healthy Lingzi coffee for $17. And there are 20 sachets. So it's 85 cents for a cup of a healthy Lingzi coffee. And the company has the largest Lingzi farm, so they're very generous to your Lingzi. Half capsule in each sachet. So just taking the coffee alone, many people, their health improved tremendously. So I just want to share that you can be happy, healthy, and wealthy with this simple program, right? No point being wealthy, you don't have the health. Chinese saying, 健康就是财富. And I invested over 100,000 in the gold mine between my years, easily 31 years, over 10,000 to learn digital marketing. So now my heart is in the right place. I want to pass on my knowledge and experience to people who see my irresistible offer for $89 in the package of health supplement or $17 in a box of healthy coffee. They can tap into my 31 years experience and my 100,000 investment. If that's not an irresistible offer, I don't know what is an irresistible offer. So I also teach people how to give an irresistible offer. And I share many million-dollar lessons on business and life, and which I want to share with you right now. All of us got to go through 4 seasons of life. 0-25 is springtime. You want to learn as much as possible. Summer is 25 to 50. You want to earn as much as possible. If you do it right, you'll be financially free, but many people didn't do it right. Then autumn is 50 to 75. So I'm 68. I'm the autumn season. So you want to live your dream and give as much as possible. And that's exactly what I'm doing through this Create Wealth System program, to give as much as possible. And winter is 75 to 100. You want to prepare as much as possible. So that is very subjective, because I'm a Christian. I'm preparing to meet the Lord, right? So that God can say to me, well done, my faithful child. So we do not live forever. Queen Elizabeth, 96. She has the best doctor to treat her, but she got to go at 90. She got to go at 96. Queen Elizabeth. Charlie Munger, the partner of Warren Buffett, 99 years to go, and he's worth over 2 billion. Can't take a cent with him. So my wake-up call to people is that if you want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy, I got a simple program to help you achieve that. So, and later we have a Q&A, right? I think I'm finishing about 8 minutes already, because I've been doing so many TikTok videos. Roughly, my video is about 10 minutes. So roughly, I know my timing. So I just want to, I would love to answer your question. After that, we have a Q&A session, right? Correct? So I got lots of inspiration, and follow me on my YouTube channel. I uploaded 52 YouTube videos to educate people what network marketing is all about, and can learn for free, 5 minutes to 30 minutes. Took me 1 year of commitment to do that. 52 YouTube videos. So subscribe to my YouTube video, Bruce Sia, and follow me on TikTok channel. I have 4,500 followers. So I plan to hit the 10,000 followers. Then I can monetize it and earn some money from the advertising. Right? I think my 10 minutes is up already. Okay.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now Q&A. Who want to ask Bruce the second question? Hi, welcome, Chrissy, all the way from somewhere in Europe, Switzerland or somewhere, I cannot remember.
Wow, beautiful Switzerland.
Hello, everyone. I'm in the
Yeah.
Netherlands. It's so
Netherlands.
Yeah.
good to be
Feel
Oh.
free to ask questions. Yeah, I'm willing. I'm very happy to answer your question.
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
How does your method work in terms of making us happy, healthy, and wealthy?
So it's through education. That is why I give the Create Wealth System, created the program to educate people so they can tap into my 100,000 investment. I attended so many seminars, over 6,000 to learn from Robert Kiyosaki, over 6,000 to learn Tony Robbins. All it adds up. Malay saying sedikit jadi bukit. So I want to share freely, because I'm not here forever. There is menopause, there's endopause, and there's a final pause, which is death.
Good one, Bruce. Okay, question number 2. I think, Bruce, you spoke so well. You so clearly understood. No need to ask any question. But you need to post your TikTok channel and your contact number somewhere. Otherwise, the people here won't know how to contact you.
Yeah. I think the one question that is on people's mind, how do I become rich? To be rich, you must think like the rich and do what the rich do, right? It makes perfect sense, right? If you want to be rich and you don't think like the rich and you don't do what the rich do, how to be rich? So that is my responsibility, to pass on my knowledge and experience to educate people. But I think the greatest wealth is health. I say, whether you're multi-millionaire or multi-billionaire, if you don't have health, it's meaningless. So health is so precious. You must take care of your golden, and you are the golden goose. Take care of the golden goose. Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Bruce. Before my goose is cooked, I better bring in the next speaker.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. My good friend Andy Ng has requested to be the next speaker. Andy, Rosanna, you asked to be the next speaker. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Andy, sorry.
I thought Rosanna put first, so I say next.
Okay, okay, okay.
after
That
Rosanna.
case, so my apologies. Rosanna, you go next. Okay, you have 1 minute, Rosanna, to introduce yourself, to tell us about the topic. Why is it so important to listen to you? When you're ready, you let Mike know, because Mike is keeping the timing, so he can start the timer, right? Okay. Are you ready, Rosanna?
Yes, I am, Bunty.
Okay,
Thank
take it
you.
away.
Right. Now, hi everybody. My name is Rosanna Chung, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. Hear that? Hypnotherapist, not the rapist, as what Bunting said. Okay. Now, I'm certified by LCCH, which is London College of Clinical Hypnotherapy. uh, why you need to listen to me is, I mean, just take a look around you. There is so much of stress going on everywhere. Divorce rates are high. I suicide rates are high, and a lot of terrible things are going around. People are becoming very violent. People are not happy. So we need to do something there for them, because obviously emotionally and mentally people are not in a good place. And this is where hypnotherapy can help, and it has helped tremendously. Okay, so in this talk, I'm going to tell you what the applications are, try to explain to you in as best a way that I can how it works, and as well as of course the benefits. So Mike, you can start recording. I can start talking now. I mean the timing. Okay? Is that okay? I can start now? My 10 minutes? Yeah, you're muted, Ping. Okay, I'm going to start anyway. Right. Now, the word hypnosis immediately will bring on some rather negative connotation, isn't it? And worse still, the phrase going into trance. Oh my God, it's so scary. This term often give people the thinking that they're going to lose control of themselves and be made to do some monkey business on stage or something like that. Well, this is what you see on your television, on your entertainment, but it is absolutely not accurate at all. This is not true. Not, at least not in clinical hypnotherapy. Now, so what does going into trance means? Going into trance literally means that it is the person enters into a very focused a state of attention. So when they are very focused in their attention, they are very heightened to suggestibility. So you can say it is a relaxed and a altered state of consciousness. I mean, you can look at it nowadays, even the children, they're so engrossed in their handphone or watching a certain TV program. So they are like so in a world of their own. So you can say it's trance. You can tell them, hey, dinner is ready, come. They're not coming because they're so entrenched in that moment. So that is something like a trance, okay? So it is a temporary suspension of the conscious control of their mind, and therefore they are very they absorbs good suggestions easily, not bad. Huh? The subconscious mind actually rejects any bad suggestions. Okay, so this is exactly the point where the therapist works best to make the needful changes. Now, when you say changes, again, people, the red flags will come up. What changes? What changes? I love myself the way I am. Why do I need to change? Okay. Well, certain things, let me give you some examples. For instance, a person's mind, conscious mind, can be overly aware of certain traumatic incidents in the past. Something bad happened to him in the past. Maybe he was whatever lah, he or she was in a bad situation, was attacked and whatever. So even though that situation is long over, they still have a phobic response, you know. Whenever they walk near that lane, or the situation is a bit dark or whatever, they get into that phobic situation. I'm sure you know of people who are like that, right? So of course this is it's not good, because then they will always have this very high anxiety. They will get panic attacks and things like that, and their life is literally in ruin. They're not able to enjoy their life. They can't go to places where they like to go because they have all this phobia for this, phobia for that. Okay, so this is a situation where we can do hypnotherapy to help this person get rid or reframe that traumatic event. Okay, because that event is over, it no longer has a hold on this person anymore. So literally, we are trying to tell them that, hey, the past does not equate the present unless you choose to stay there. Now, we all understand this now that we are talking consciously. You and I, you're conscious, you're listening to me. You understand it because it sounds reasonable, it sounds intelligent. But have you internalized that? You have not, because you are not in a state of trance. To get into that state of trance, you need to be totally relaxed. And most of us do not know how to relax. So this is where you need a therapist, a hypnotherapist, to speak very slowly to make you go into a state of trance. You get the drift. Okay, so this is just one example, and this is the point where we will do all that the changes that is necessary. Okay, we cannot take things out from the mind without putting anything in, you know. Okay, otherwise you will go empty. Yeah? We have to replace it with good thoughts, right? The next another example I like to share with you is, have you ever come across a situation where someone has a goal in mind? Okay, they say, oh, I have made smart goals, I have persevered, I have done all my homework and plan, and I've been working so hard. Why I didn't get the results? So unfair, right? Well, if you go to a hypnotherapist, what we can do, we will help this person internalize these SMART goals. Not only do you write it down on a piece of paper, paste it on a wall, and look at it every day, you actually internalize it. You can feel it. You can touch it. You can smell it. It's all in the mind. If you remember the lyrics of the song, I believe I can fly. I can't remember who the singers are. I believe I can fly. Okay, I believe I can touch the sky. So you can have it if you can see it. Unfortunately, many of us see it on a piece of paper stuck on a wall. You don't see it inside your mind's eye, in your subconscious. So this is where a hypnotherapist can help that person to go into their mind and activate this ability to see the end results of their goal. So it becomes more real and more achievable. Another example, I like to give examples so that you can understand, and after that you can ask your questions. Now, have you ever come to a very conflicting moment in your life? Simple example, okay? Shall I buy that pink dress or that blue dress, or the yellow car or the blue car? You can't decide which is it going to be. And so you have storm that is going in your mind. And finally, at long last, you decided on whichever. So the question here is that, hey, so who made that decision? You know, who made that decision? It's you, isn't it? It's a different part of you that made the decision. But isn't all these parts part of you? So, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes in our life, we come to a situation where we are very conflicted, don't know what to do. And even sometimes we will sabotage ourselves. Again, another example. Some people say, I want to lose weight. I know all the good reasons why I should lose weight for health and this and that. But after trying for years, it doesn't happen. Because at the back of the mind, in his subconscious, this person has something against losing weight that he or she doesn't even realize it until they go into a trance. And then they are connected to their subconscious. And then coming out from their own mouth, they say, "Ayya, this is the reason lah why I'm not getting the result." You see? So I can go on and go on and go on. But the thing is that at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that no point telling people, giving free advice, what you should do this, you should do that. Everybody know what they should do. The question is that, is it really what they want to do? So the best thing is to go into your subconscious mind. I'm going to tell you what subconscious is all about. Subconscious mind. And ask your subconscious mind. Have a meeting with yourself. You know, what you're going to do, what you want, does it gel with your inner values? Okay, so Mike has turned green. Does it gel with your inner values? if if it does, then you're doing the right thing. If it doesn't, then you're not doing the right thing. So therefore, you know at least where you are. Okay, so I'll just stop it here, and maybe you can ask me questions. That way I know where I have missed out and how to fill in the gaps for you. Is that all right, Peng?
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Wow, that is insightful. I really learned a lot, not only from the first speaker and second speaker as well. Anybody have any question for Roseanne? Gracie, go first.
Roseanne, that was a very, very interesting speech. Thank you so much for sharing that insight with us. You
Yes.
mentioned something about relaxing and getting into a state of trance and the multiple benefits that come with it. I was wondering, for people who are working, for students, how can we put ourselves in a state of relaxation consciously without needing a therapist to do so?
Well, okay. Well, the thing is that when you go to a therapist, we actually do not want to keep you with us for the rest of your life, God forbid. Okay, we will take you through a couple of 2, 3 sessions to teach you, so to understand, because I actually wanted to do a demo today, but there's no time for it. So to teach you how to go into that state of mind. Okay, then you can do self-hypnosis whenever you need to. It really is very simple. But the long and the short of it, really, Gracie, is that one must be a willing participant. One must come to the table saying, yes, I am willing to submit. I am willing to try this out wholeheartedly. Do not come with the arrogance that say, let me try lah. See how, I mean, that is the wrong attitude to go with it. You know what I mean? If you're sincerely seeking an answer, and love yourself enough to want to try this wholeheartedly, uh, you see miracles happen, honestly. We have a lot of modalities, even like healing yourself and things like that, but it's too short a time here. I don't want to be shot down. So, yeah, yes, we will teach uh, anybody who is like a teenager and above, who are able to sit down and patiently stay with us for half an hour. We'll teach you how to do self-hypnosis after a couple of sessions, because we don't want you to go running wild and free with it, huh?
Do I have time for a follow-up question, Ban Peng?
Please go ahead.
A lot of what you've mentioned sounds incredibly helpful, especially in self-reflecting and getting to know yourself better. Is there a difference between meditation and self-hypnosis?
There is a slight difference. There is a slight difference, especially with the help of a therapist, because it is so difficult for a person to even meditate. There is so much of noise in the brain. You can't say 2 minutes, don't think of no nothing. It doesn't really happen unless you have a therapist to guide you and says, listen to my voice. Pay attention. My voice will guide you through this journey. You know what I'm saying? We basically, through the therapy, we are drawing the conscious mind away. We are dumbing down the conscious mind so that the subconscious can be activated. Your executive mind dumps down, so you are not being so much of analysis and things like that. You got to be really that kind of a situation. Anyway, Peng, can I share my email so that they can write
Yes.
to me?
No. I've added Gracie to the communities chat group, so you can contact each other through the group chat directly.
Oh, great. Thank you
Okay.
so
You can
much.
also reach out to Gracie. She's in the group. I just added her.
Thank you.
Somebody else have a question? Yeah, Bruce, please.
I enjoy your session very much. I think everyone need a therapist or a mentor, because try to figure out yourself is pretty tough because many people carry lots of baggage. So sometimes being a mentor, sometimes I act as like a therapist because it's not how to, it's always why do. The 95% factor, the mindset, right? Just want to add that.
I think Ita has a question.
Yeah, Ita.
Ita?
Ita, yeah.
Well, thank you, Rosanna, for your sharing to us. That is very useful for the ADHD case and for those easy to distract with her focus, because in my case, more than 50 or 60% of my students have in ADHD cases. So could you explain what the differences between if they use your field and the differences with the therapist? Please
Okay.
explain.
Just
Thank you.
one thing, because this is taking up a lot of time, but I just basically want to say that we do our therapy online. So that's point number one. Very good. So we can do it internationally. Okay, number one, online, just like what we are doing now. And another thing is that right now, I am in the promotional pathway where I am looking out to do CSR programs with companies for their management team, and with students, yeah, at university or wherever, because students get a lot of stress. So what we want to do, I want to offer them a 3-session, once a week session. Okay, so we can organize free demo. I mean, I wouldn't say demo, real sessions. Okay, so that they can understand and they can feel it and they can internalize it. Okay, so I've got a panel of what do you call therapists working together with me from the same college. So we're willing to do that. Of course, those company that are big ones pay us a little bit, poor thing, drink coffee and tea, have a toast with bread, butter and kaya, you know what I'm saying? But if they really cannot, then we won't push too hard for it. Okay, but please, Ita, do contact me and we can work on all this free demo for corporations and all that. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Ita. Thank you, Roseanne. Thank you, Bruce. And thank you, Gracie. Next speaker. Same thing, 1 minute to tell us why it's so important to listen to you, and then 10 minutes to present your speech. Next, we have Andy Ng from Singapore. Andy, please.
Hello, thank you. So today, my topic is called Internal Wellness with Super Me Unleashed. So this is some information about me. So I have been doing training and coaching since the year 2001. So it has been more than 25 years. So including the part-time, I have more than 29 years of training experience. I'm trained as an accountant. So as an accountant, I tend to think of in a more structured way. However, my years of entrepreneurship and training has trained me to also be more sentimental. So I'm also a trainer with a few training agencies in Singapore, including like Dun & Bradstreet, Center for Behavioral Science, and CCISG, and some of them like Singapore Quality Center, and etc. So today's topic, why is it important? Well, because this is to follow the other two speakers. The first one talk about how to be wealthy, and the second talk about your subconscious mind. So now I don't talk about subconscious mind, I talk about you. So while my 1 minute is up, so I will do the actual talk. So I'll talk about you, the most important person on earth. So for people that want to know, I have authored 6 books, of which 2 books are about eating. And I also have books about very general topics like how to be a good person. So today, talk about heart-based transformation that works. Super Me is taken from these 3 books, the contents of which are written by another person called Dr. Vivian Passion Cole. And for this book, I am one of the major contributors. So in case people wonder who is this lady, this is some information about her. So she's an entrepreneur, and she's the creator of Super Me and the philosophies of the Super Me, including the PLG. Okay, why do we need this internal wellness? Very simple. I see many people are actually not well. We talk about wellness. Most people are well outside. When you see a person looking very successful and very influential, that is called performance. You know what's performance, right? It's like a singer, actor performance, like Michael performing very well, but inside he's physically and of course mentally and spiritually as well. So in Singapore, with this major issue and whereby everybody like to look good, confident, and we are trained in Toastmasters to have the confident posture. So it looks like many people are not the real me. So when people are not well, so the more they want to look good, there are 2 reasons. One is that they are actually quite stressed because they feel they're stuck. And the other thing is that they feel they're successful. They feel they're successful and yet they are not well mentally and spiritually. Why is it? Let me explain to you. First, we talk about the stuck. And most people are stuck in a rut because their whole life is about survival. You can tell a person talking the survival way is like, Andy, please serve my customer well. I cannot afford to lose this customer. The focus is on not losing the customer. The focus is on survival. So we know when you focus on survival, actually you cannot survive. I mean, imagine you tell the customer, I'm serving you well because I cannot afford to lose you. What would the customer think? This is like a man going after the girl, telling the girl, you better love me because I cannot afford to lose you. It's so funny, right? So survival me actually in the end will actually make the person very stressed. I cannot survive. And most people didn't even know they're operating from a survival me state. They are always achieving, and then it's this thing like not good enough. And sometimes you will tick the boxes. People telling me, Andy, I tick the bucket list. I've done this, I've done that. I share very good. Have you done one very important person? He said, who? I say, yourself. Have you actually looked at yourself and really serve yourself instead of going for this bungee jumping, all those things? Those are actually performance to me. I mean, you achieve those things, but is it really for yourself? I'm not too sure. So at the end of the day, when people have the survival me concept, so it's actually burnt out and the shrinking of self. So maybe you succeed, but you forget how you feel. So this is a survivor me, they're stuck. So on the other hand, we have people that are very successful, but there is no fulfillment. So sometimes their success is measured by external awards, rewards, right? And they may even go all the way just to get this trophy. But the key is not about all this, the key is actually, are you really serving yourself? Are you living with emotional honesty? And the important thing is that when people do things, they always say, I have to contribute. That's called obligation. Obligation has no fulfillment. If you want to contribute, you want to offer some help, it must be from your overflow. So for example, right, I have love, that's why I can give love to Bruce, right? I can love Bruce, I can hug him, right? I hug him not because I want to get his business. I hug him because I have love, I want to overflow to him. I hug him not because of obligation, right? That's very important. So I think the important thing is that we come from this super me state, we can awake ourselves. But super me is not Superman. Firstly, because it is not about performance, it's not about being the best you can be. It is not about being improving, motivating yourself every day. Definitely, it's not about being rich. And lastly, it's not about being successful, being influential leader in the conventional sense. So super me is about accepting who you are, coming home to yourself. If you are vulnerable, if you cannot speak well, if you are the nervous type, so be it. If you cannot be vulnerable, you are actually a performer. The world has too many fake things. We have too many AIs. We don't need all this perfect image, perfect body posture. We need real people. Right? Super me is about real people, right? It's about being vulnerable, being authentic. And more importantly, it's about being joyous yourself, whereby you transform yourself. You do not need to be somebody. You be yourself. If you are lousy, so be it. You accept your lousiness. Because from your lousiness, you are able to see your greatness. You're able to see your greatness. So let me go to some of the, because we have to talk about real success, right? These are some of the testimonials from our clients who have done the healing with SuperMe, with Dr. Vivian. So for example, this person, right? This person, Derek Chia, right? So he, it's not about teaching this, it's about actually empowering people, right? About empowering people. The second person, Kelvin Leong, he actually, in just one session, he fulfilled his lifelong ambition to be an author because Vivian actually get him to know what is his important purpose. So other than that, we have this. I don't go to details, but the important thing is that this thing works, right? Your super me is your truest self. And we have a simple tool, it's called PLG, Purpose, Love, Gratitude. So it is just simply, this tool is very simple. You have this compass. First of all, you need to know what is the purpose. The purpose will give you the direction. And next, you will have the love. And from here, you have the gratitude. So this PLG must be together. You can't just have the love without the purpose. And we talk about this is a ritual, it's a practice, it's a daily practice. No point you do it once a year. It's like the student study once a year for the exam. Can he do well? Of course not, right? So we talk about doing it frequently, and I shall actually have a demonstration in the class right now. I think is the timing. There's a time limit issue, right? So what is the purpose? The purpose is to turn things into meaningful, meaning to you. And love is about you, what you love yourself so they can give up. And gratitude is about you turning the negative into positive. Right? So for example, yourself, if you feel you're not achieving enough, what is your purpose? You ask yourself, your purpose is not to achieve those things. Your purpose is to grow, not to prove, not to show to anyone. What you love, whether you're doing okay, not okay, you must love yourself that you are doing your best. And you must be grateful for yourself that you have not given up. That's very important. We often talk about achievement, but we often forgot not giving up is actually a big achievement already, right? So another example would be the quarrel with the spouse over money. That's the most common issue. And go back to the purpose. The purpose is not the finance. The purpose is not the argument. The purpose is to have the harmony and love. So you need to listen and you need to be grateful for whatever your spouse told me before you offer your suggestion. Next, I give another example about health. Health blood test, right? Some issue. Let's say you go for blood test, there's some issues. First, you remind yourself, your body is your foundation. It's not about the blood test. So you will love yourself more and you will thank your body for showing up. So instead of wondering what happened to your body, you start to really love and be grateful. So at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. So I would want everybody to send a message to someone. Nobody to send, you can send to Mr. Gia. The purpose of this message is to thank Mr. Gia Peng. So I'm saying this message right now for organizing Agora Wellness meeting. I love the fact that Mr. Gia has been sitting attentively with the back straight up. And I'm grateful for the chance to present to everyone. And of course, you add a final note now, and always add this thing. I couldn't thank you enough. That is very powerful. So with this, we are able to actually have the reset. And I mean, we have a one-day course coming up. The fee is $560, and there is a 49% discount. You just scan this QR code, or you can just take a screenshot of this slide. Or you can just join this Facebook group. Very simple. And yeah, that's all my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angie. I love the message very much. Everyone wants to be a super me now, I believe. Okay, question time. Who want to ask anything? Okay, Gracie, please.
Andy, I found that very relevant, especially because today everything is so fast-paced. We forget to do things from a place of love and to prioritize ourselves first. My question actually is about how we can apply the PLG method in professional settings. And specifically, how do you do things from a place of purpose, love, clarity, and manage to chase further ambitions without burning out, but also still pursuing the things that give you passion and drive you?
Well, PLG is a way of thinking. So let me give you an example in the work setting. You work very hard for the promotion and your boss did not promote you. So what is the purpose? Understand your purpose is never about promotion. Your purpose is to experience life and contribute to this world. So promotion is the outcome. It's not the purpose. So you have to remember the purpose. And the love, next thing you have to look at it. Do you love the promotion or do you love the work, the contribution? So if you just love the promotion, then you are still in the survivor me, right? And then third thing is that you need to be grateful. You go and thank the boss for giving you the chance, and at least you have the chance to be under consideration. So PLG can be applied anytime, anywhere. All you need is to shift your mindset. Always go back to the purpose. Don't look at your goals, your roles, your titles. Those are not you. You have a title, you are for example, the hypnotherapist. That's not you, right? Roseanne, you are not a hypnotherapist. You are you. Because you can do much more than a hypnotherapist, correct? You can even heal an insect, right? If you restrict yourself, I'm a hypnotherapist. No, now I say, let's go for dancing. Okay, not hypnotherapists don't dance. Hey, dancing is also a way of healing, right? I'll just give you an example, right? So when you have the idea you are beyond your roles, your titles, straight away you become creative and can do much more. But the moment you say, oh, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm a homemaker, you are restricting yourself. Who cares you are the prime minister or the emperor? At the end of the day, you are you. Right? Those are just titles. They are actually restrictive, actually. So I'm not sure whether I've answered your question.
No, that's fantastic, actually. So are you trying to say then that people need to find their purpose and a sense of identity that is not directly tied to
Very
their
good
roles?
question. Actually, you don't find your purpose. Your purpose is already there. Your purpose is something that is you already know. What you're talking about is called aspiration or a calling or a mission or a vision. A vision, V-I-S-I-O-N, is a time in future. A mission is what you do. Oh, I'm a homemaker, right? A calling is something that moves with times. A passion is something that may go away, but your purpose will never go away. Like the purpose of my handphone is a handphone, right? It's not for me to go gambling, to do banking, buy cryptocurrency. Those are some of the roles of the handphone, right? If this handphone forget about the purpose, and it can do a lot of things, but cannot connect, cannot make phone calls, isn't this useless? So purpose is something that is already there. The handphone knows its purpose. Just that we forgot. We call it Oppo, we call it Apple, and then we have different ideas. Apple must be like that, Oppo must be like that. We're restricting the handphone. So the purpose is always there. You do not need to dig up. It's always there. You just look at yourself, your purpose in life. Right? Your purpose
Thank
is
you,
not
Eddie.
to, yeah.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
already there.
I think
Thank you,
many of
Andy.
many of us, we will need to see Roxanne to uncover our purpose in life. Okay, anyone else with any question for Andy?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Dr. Halima can
Yes.
go.
Yes, thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation. So when we talk about like having purpose, so in your whole talk, I was just trying to find out the place for the action. Where is the place of action? So
It means action, is it? Action
like,
is I mean, action is always there. If you know your purpose, your action will be purposeful action and not just action for the sake of action. So for example, to serve the customer well, I mean, in customer service, people say serve the customer well, the purpose, otherwise we don't get sale. That is not the purpose. To serve the customer well is actually the purpose of customer service. It's actually the purpose of anybody in serving, whether I'm a toilet cleaner, I'm a managing director. Imagine that I also need to serve the board of directors well, right? And that is the purpose. So the action will come when you look at, do a purposeful action and not just an action to react or to respond to something that's popular, that is what everybody say. Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you. I think Roseanne raised your hand, Roseanne.
Yeah, so just wanted to ask, Andy, if it is a online thing or is it a physical meeting?
Oh, okay. Very good
And
question.
how many in a group?
This is a physical group class. I have one class that is on the 6th of August as arranged by CCISG. So I intend to organize another class before the August. So it is on-site. The reason is that we have some exercises that's best through physical on-site. And important thing is that we are getting people to do some real things with the people there, and also with the people that are outside, and then it is on instant sharing. So what I mean is that you will get result in the class. You don't have to go back, look at the notes and do something. No, in the class, you just do something, straight away you get result. Immediate. Okay, can.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Thank you, everyone. Let's move on. Next speaker will be all the way from Dubai. That's Dr. Halima Sadia. Doctor, same thing, 1 minute. 1 minute to introduce yourself and tell us why is it so important to listen to you. And then when you're ready, you let us know and Mike will start the timing. Are you ready?
Yes,
Dr. Halima. Yeah.
Can I just interrupt a moment? TM, can you switch your timer off? You're blocking me timing. I cannot time because you're timing instead of me. So if you switch your timer off, I can go back. Okay. Okay, let's start again.
Okay, friends. So my dear friends, it was in 2021. I was happily living and doing my job as a principal in different schools. But the day on 24th June, by the grace of Almighty, I received a blessings from him in the form of a small baby. And first time when I embraced the baby, not my baby, it was my son's baby. First time when I embraced her and I took her in my lap, I just suddenly look outside the window. And there I realized that it was all smoggy, because this happened in India, in New Delhi. And you all know that how is the pollution and the smog and the overall environment of Delhi. You must have heard in the news and you must have read about that. Suddenly I realized that this baby that has just come into the world, what are we going to do for her? What I am going to give her? And what I have been doing so far as a principal, I was just doing some activities for the sustainable lifestyle. I was just doing some activities for best out of waste. But what efforts I have put in as a principal to contribute in making the things better. My dear friends, I am Dr. Halima Sadia, and this is my story, how I turned from an educationist to an environmentalist and how I started promoting and advocating for sustainable lifestyle, because sustainable lifestyle is a style that's going to save not only our lives, but this planet as well. And the authority why I'm here and speaking with confidence on this, because I have done research from 2021 till now, and I have written a book on sustainable living that is very, very simple tips that's going to bring big impact. And it is, although a very humble beginning, I can say, and very humble action from my side, but I believe that when the people come together, it's going to have the bigger impact in future. So right now, we are a group of 4,500 people around the globe, those who have joined the Eco Visionaries Global Group, and we work for sustainable lifestyle for a happier and healthier future. What is the philosophy behind this? The philosophy is that sustainability is not only avoiding doing the harm, but it is like doing more good, taking more initiatives, being proactive. It's not that we have to avoid using plastic or we have to avoid this and avoid that, but it is that what we are going to do to heal the nature, to try to pacify those harms that we have already brought to this nature, that we have already made. The damage is already taken place. So my dear friends, we believe that sustainability equals well-being. And today we all are here for the well-being as well-being community. When we have less waste, that equals to less stress. When we have cleaner air, that ensures the better health. When we live consciously, that gives us mental clarity. That when we have the community gardens, we have the cycling programs that really boost our happiness. You all must have experienced this, because in Singapore, I have seen that how health conscious the people are. Even on Sunday, early morning, 6 o'clock, I saw them in the garden in the large number, while in other parts of the world, I have seen on Sunday morning, the people normally they sleep till late. So that is the benefit. And when we live sustainably, it is not sacrifice, it is self-care. When I was conducting my conference, one of my conference in Dubai on sustainability, I went to a kitty party for the promotion. And you know how the kitty parties are. The ladies from elite groups, they come, they join, and they have nice time. And there, when I was talking about sustainability, and for the example, I told them that look at my sandal. I had thrown it long ago, but when I started working for the sustainability, I realized that why I have thrown it. I can repair it and I can wear it. And today I have come to you in the same sandal that was thrown away once, and I have gone to the cobbler, and then after mending, I am coming in this. So, you know, you will not believe, my friends, what did they say? They laughed at me and they said, oh my God, so your conference is for the cobblers. Your conference is for the people, those who don't have the means to spend in life. So this is not that you don't have means, that's why you are repairing or you are mending. It is that when we choose to live green, when we choose to live with the minimal, when we choose to live a simple but high thinking life. That makes our life healthier. That gives us organic food, clean air, active transport, because once in a year it is compulsory in our community to walk or to use the public transport. It gives us the peaceful mind because there is nothing much to cluttering. We have to declutter everything, and we have to live with the lesser objects and lesser things. We also advocate of local shopping or going to the communities. We always discourage for the online shopping. Do you know why? What is the reason? In online shopping, if you have ordered for anything, a few days ago my husband ordered for a perfume, a small attar. You know how much wastage was there in that? One big box, then those plastics, then those bubbles, and then inside another box, and then inside that there was a small attar in that small perfume. So that is what online shopping is bringing the harm to our planet, to our community, to our society, and we have to avoid that. That's why we advocate for the community shopping, and that gives us a stronger bond, that gives us a stronger relationship among us, and that makes our planet really clear. Suppose I give you very simple tips, okay, to follow in your day-to-day life. Like instead of just going and buying the plastic bottles and then drinking the water, we can carry our reusable water. We can fill it and we can carry it. Or maybe we can fix that, okay, one day we are going to have one meal, we are going to have plant-based meal. Or maybe we can make it a habit to unplug our charger while not use in it is not used. Like not only that we have to switch off, but we have to unplug it, because even if it is in the plug-in, it takes charging. Then when we have the materials that is not in use for us, instead of dumping, we can donate it. Or if anything we don't want to use, so instead of just replacing and buying new things, first let us see that whether we can repair it and we can wear it again, as I did for my sandal. Now you must be thinking, oh Halima, these are such simple things and you are claiming so big impacts of these things. Anybody can do this. What is so big deal in this? But my dear friends, there is a big deal in this, because it seems to be a small things, but when you practice and when you bring it into action in your day-to-day life, you find that it's not so simple, it's not so easy, because we always go for the convenience. We don't go for the sustainability or the green lifestyle. There is a common myth that if we go for sustainable living, it's expensive. This is really a myth. Why this myth has come into existence? Because some of our people, like some of our, we can say that industrialists or shopkeepers, they have tried their level best to make the sustainable things more expensive in the market. And that's why this wrong notion has come into existence that, okay, if you want to live sustainably, it is very expensive rather than the normal life. But it is just a myth. If we can reuse the things, if we can refurbish the things, if we can recycle and upcycle the things, naturally it is going to be simpler and it is going to be lesser, expenditure will be less. It is not only for the environmentalist, it's for everyone. It is for every human being who lives in this earth and who breathes on this earth and who requires oxygen, who requires water, who requires energy, who requires mountain, who requires river. It is for everyone. So this myth also we have to remove. So this is the purpose why to remove the myths, to make it a habit in day-to-day life, because practicing a small things is not easy, but once we practice it for 4 weeks continuously, 1 month, it becomes our habit. So that is the reason why we have a roadmap for 30 days green lifestyle challenge, where we challenge the people every day in the morning. We give the challenge online and we have to practice. Like suppose if it is the day of energy conservation, then that day we all have to purposefully look at our energy use, and then we have to conserve the energy, or water conservation, or likewise there are many things, and we track our progress and we also monitor our carbon footprint. And in this way, we try that our lives is our legacy. So we are not just consumer in this world, we are the creator of the greener tomorrow. It starts from the family. As charity starts from home, it starts from the family. So today, let's reflect what is one thing that we can change today for sustainable lifestyle. Let's choose value over volume, and let's inspire others through our actions. Because happiness is not found in what we own, but in what we preserve. And this land doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the coming generation. We are just custodian. And let us fulfill our responsibility with lots of passion and with lots of commitment. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Super Dr. Halima Sadia.
Thank you very much.
I love that speech very well. Okay, I think Bruce raised his hand. First question.
Yeah, I have a question that have you looked into cigarette smoking? Because I think that causes a lot of pollution, and these cigarette smokers, they're very irresponsible. They find butts everywhere. So since you're a doctor, if you got connection, I got $1 billion idea that can help improve the world. Find a herbal cigarette that people smoke and it's good for their health, and that will cut down the evil. I call it the new opium. It's very addictive and very harmful, can kill the person and can kill their loved one. Secondhand smoke kill. So if you can get a few people and produce a herbal cigarette that is benefit them when they smoke, and their loved one when they breathe in also benefit them. I think that is a $1 billion idea. All right.
Good, good, good. And this is first time I am listening such things. I will get back to you and I'll get more details about this. Yes. And of course, where I live, smoking is very, very common. It's going to help to most of the people. Thank you very much for giving this idea.
Yeah, Roseanne, please. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Halima, for taking all this initiative. I understand it's very, very hard work, and it actually hits a very raw nerve with me, because 10 years ago, was working on sustainability. I used to work with scientists, especially from Korea. They are very good scientists on sustainability, and we worked on nanotechnology. Believe me, Dr. Halima, we have all the technology in this world. If we can send missiles and and electric cars and nuclear war, we do have the technology for sustainability. But the big problem is the political will to carry it through. Okay, because the industrialist will say that it does not make money. Okay, I can give you some simple example where you have something that is, let's say, antibacterial, and you can apply it onto the wall, and then it will kill bacteria and so on and so forth, and it will save the patient in the hospital from the Legionnaire syndrome. But you know what? The hospitals come back to me. They ask me, how much money will I make from applying this technology to my hospital? I says, oops, I'm talking to the wrong people. Okay.
Yeah,
Certain things you need to have the pressure from top down. Otherwise, there is no political will to really enforce the technology. We do have the technology, and what you are doing, you and your group, Dr. Halima, is really very good, very backbreaking, and I applaud you. But I think if you could try to enlist some big shots up there who make decisions, at least then we are moving somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And in UAE, lots of initiatives from the government has been taken. So that is a good sign. And yes, of course, not, I don't know whether hospital, antibacterial paint and all about that. Because I have not gone into the construction line. But yes, I am aware of the school and food industry and education, colleges, universities. So in all these sectors, I know that how the government has made the things mandatory. And that is the reason why everywhere sustainable officer is mandatory. And sustainable officers are the ones who are guiding them, advising them, implementing the things, and in this way they are moving into the right direction. But yes, of course, this will take a long way to achieve the desired goal.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracie, please.
Thank you so much. Dr. Halima, I definitely agree that it is more important now, especially to cut down on our over-consumerism. I think so many people are consuming an obscene amount of things and they're very materialistic. My question is, do you think right now focusing on the individual effort to cut down on our spending, the things we buy, is the effective solution? Or do you think we should also put pressure on governments to ensure that there is a lot more sustainability in this field going forward?
Yeah, that's a very brilliant question. And yes, I know, Gracie, that individual efforts, when it multiplies with billions, with millions, then that brings the wonderful and large impact. So when I'm talking about sustainable lifestyle, we talk about reaching out to the millions of people, not only one or two, like reaching out to making the community of millions, those who are going to practice this in their day-to-day life, that is really going to bring lots of impact. Secondly, these are the ones, like, you must have heard about one marriage in India. How much was the expenditure on that marriage? That was the news for, I think, more than 1 month. It was in the news. That is the best example of the wastage, we can say. So if these type of messages we are able to reach, to spread among the common people, then naturally these type of wastage we can avoid. And as far as government is concerned, of course, government's involvement is a must to bring any revolution. And there are governments, those who are already taking the initiatives in those countries those are already developed country. And I can give you some of the examples, like Denmark's example, Germany's example. So they have already taken lots of initiatives in this direction. Even UAE is also taking but I have found that the common people's mindset have to be changed first. Even if there is government's initiatives, but if the common people are not ready to contribute, then it is very difficult to implement.
Thank you very much. That was very, very good point and very eye-opening.
You remember the story of a starfish? The boy who was on the bank of the river and throwing one starfish. So somebody asked how it is going to make difference. There are so many starfishes on the bank. So what he said, he just picked one and threw in water and said, it will make a difference for this starfish. At least I will save this starfish. So that's what we have to do, our own part. That's all.
Thank you. I think Elizabeth raised her hand. Please, Elizabeth.
Okay, to your point, I agree. I think the pressure should come from the masses. I went for a innovation exhibition, and this kid from one of the polyclinic, polytechnic student, and he was exhibiting recycled plastics. But to me, recycled plastic is still recycled, it's still plastic, so it's still polluting the environment. And then he goes and tell me that there are good plastics and bad plastic, which I like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I said, in that case, you should be putting pressure on companies that uses plastic, they use good plastics. If you educate the masses enough of doing what is good and what is bad, I think the masses will like, no, okay, you are using bad plastic. I don't want to buy your product. Once you get enough pressure from the masses, they will have to change, because eventually we are the one paying them. So yeah, I think you should educate. I understand the part whereby you need to get the authority in, but the authority will work with that as long as the companies, as long as they make money. But the company need us to pay them. So if we are being influenced, the masses are being influenced, they will have to choose the right choice, the right things. Right?
Yes. Thank you very much for sharing. Yes, right. You are right.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Next, I want to invite, I think must be the oldest man in the room, my school teacher from Malaysia, Mr. Kok Yew King. Mr. Kok, you got 1 minute to tell us why it's so important to listen to you. Then you have 8 minutes to do your presentation. Are you ready? You need to unmute yourself. You are still muted. You need to unmute.
Sorry,
Okay, you are ready.
I'm
Yeah, you
okay.
can-
Is it okay
Yeah,
now?
you are good. You are good to go.
Okay. I'm Kok Yu Keng. I've been teaching for more than 30 years in Malaysia and Singapore, and I've retired about a quarter century ago. Since my retirement, I focused mainly on reflecting on my life story, how to make the best use of my, my life as a legacy to live the best dream of my life. And I find that in order to understand myself better, I have to go back to understand my mother, because that is where I get, my personality from her, my gene from her, and even including my depression from her. Because my mother was one of those people who came from China many, many years ago, about 100 years ago, came to Bentong, and then her father passed away not long after reaching Bentong. Then her mother became a widow, and she was being bullied by probably her relative, the clansmen, etc. And then finally, she was somebody matchmade her to marry a Chinese man from Thailand. So she wanted to go and remarry. She wanted to bring my mother along, but her clansmen refused to let my mother go. So eventually, my grandmother decided to abandon my mother, and she married the new husband in Thailand. So my mother became an orphan. So she came when she carried on working in Bentong for more than about 20 years. And then later on, her relative forced her to marry my father, who was many times, much older than her. So my mother had a very miserable time. She probably didn't have a happy, marriage, that kind of thing. But eventually, in all the years that I've been with my parents, I find that there's no quarrel. My father has been very, very nice to my mother. They are quite a loving couple in a way, So whatever it is, to cut the matter short, I was the firstborn. As soon as I was born, then, after 2 years later, my mother had to foster me out to be taken care by my grand auntie. So in a way, I felt it was a kind of abandonment. I was not wanted. So it's a kind of abandonment issue here. So that's why I find that very early on, as far as I could remember, about 3 or 4 years old, I used to suffer from persistent sadness. This hopelessness, a certain emptiness. You worry a lot, tend to be pessimistic, and then you don't like to mix with the group, in crowds, etc. So much so that, sometimes there's a certain amount of what you call self-rejection. I used to look at myself in those early days at the age of 3 or 4. I used to look at the mirror and look at my face, and I tell myself, I don't like you. I don't like your nose, it's too big. And then there's a black dot inside your nose. Later on, grow out outside, now become even worse. And then I don't like my hair because it's very hard to comb. I didn't like my eyes, etc., etc. So I find it very strange. Of course, in those days, there was no such thing as psychiatrists. 70 years ago, 70, 80 years ago, where got psychiatrists? You hardly hear about psychology, you see. So as a small kid, I only know that if I have a problem, I must take responsibility for my life. I must know how to, for example, make myself happy. So, as a small kid, I used to, like, for example, mix with, have my own playful spirit, mix with my own peer groups, run around, depending on the season. It's a windy season, then we know how to go and mix our own kites and fly kites. If other time, then we go and catch spider, catch fighting fish, etc. And then if I have no money, then, like, for example, in the weekend, I will go and sell ice cream, around the 3 streets in Bentong. Then every day I could make about $1. That money is for myself. And then when my father passed away, my mother made curry mee and this Chinese ang ku kueh, so that I could sell under the lamppost along the main street in Bentong before I went to school. So for about 2 years, I was a kind of, entrepreneur, a child entrepreneur. Now today, when I think back over those days, sometimes I even, admire myself, because when I look at the kids about 9 years old, they are so small. And at that time, in those days, I was small, but I had a different kind of spirit. Although, I take responsibility for my life. No money, you go and make money. Somehow, if the circus come to town, I will set up, a stall, cuttlefish, barbecue cuttlefish stall right in front of the circus, and then we will sell them, to make some money. And then if there are no business opportunity, if sometimes there's funeral in town, we go and rush to get hold of one of those funeral banners, and then we tie up to the bamboo and join the procession 3 streets, and then we get $1, 1 ringgit for that. So in a way, these are all the things these are all the kinds of activities, very playful activities in those days. Now looking back, I find that they play a very important part in helping me to recast depression into happiness. And now we look at, like, for example, today, why is it there's such a big spike in in depression in the world today? And of course, I mean, they will tell you, oh, this due to the signs of the time, due to social media, etc. I think it's much more than that. Because I've walked the talk for more than 80 years. I've gone through the depression. Mine is more or less a bipolar. Bipolar, what you call, you see, it's a roller coaster kind of depression. One day you can be up, the next day you can be down. It's like riding roller coaster. I remember many, many years ago, as a small kid, I used to go to take the first roller coaster ride in in Kuala Lumpur, in this BB Park. It was a very, very noisy roller coaster. My first experience, tell me, is terrible, very fearful. It's terrible. It's very noisy, very scary. At the end of the ride, it almost took my life off, you see, that kind of thing. So anyway, that was my experience of the roller coaster ride. But now, how do I manage it? It's through my playful spirit. That is most important. And I'm happy that I had that playful spirit, because then I would know when to let go, when to take my life, when to take my life less seriously, when to enjoy myself, when to, for example, keep my ruminations at bay, etc. And I always had what you call a positive mindset and a creative mindset too. In addition to that, I think the most important concept that I've learned all through all my years was what you call God's unconditional love for me. And that's how I learned to love myself, because that was a very important part. Because if I cannot convince myself, that God loves me, that I can't possibly have what you call the unconditional love for other people. Very often when we talk about unconditional love and unconditional acceptance, it's usually about what Mother Teresa, follow the model of Mother Teresa, like what Ban Peng did last time. He used to post Mother Teresa's picture as his, that kind of thing. Love other people, to have unconditional love for another person. That's very, very difficult, actually. For me, I eventually discovered that when I come across one Chinese quotation by this Tao Te Ching. They call it the 3 great gifts for mankind: simplicity, patience, and compassion for yourself. Then I realized that actually that is the real meaning of unconditional love. Start with yourself. Love yourself first. That's easier. It's very, very difficult to start loving other people unconditionally, because generally human beings are very unlovable, very difficult to love. We all know today in our broken world. That's why I started loving myself first. First, in order to love myself, I must convince myself that God really, really loved me very much, unconditionally, without any condition, you know. So I've reflected on that unconditional love for several years, especially after my retirement in my 70s. So I've been reading books on that and then thinking and thinking and thinking. Finally, I convinced myself, yes, God definitely loved me unconditionally. Otherwise, he wouldn't have created me with all my faults, with all my, you know, good, bad, ugly. You know, he still loved me, definitely. Just like, for example, that's what the Tao Te Ching, what Tao Te Ching says is true. You know, I mean, you must, you know, that is one of the great gifts that we must give ourselves. Unconditional acceptance of yourself. If you cannot accept yourself, how can you possibly accept other people? First, you must start accepting yourself. After accepting yourself, then I can start loving myself. After, when I fill my heart with unconditional love, then it overflows. Then I can use that same love to love other people. And that's what I'm trying to do with depression prevention. You know, trying to use my story, tell my story to motivate others, to help other people to overcome their depression. Because I know that depression is a very, very complicated disease, a very, very complicated disorder. You know, it can be very simple, but it can be very complicated. I walk the talk. I know it's simple because I walk the talk. I've gone through it. I manage it without consulting any psychiatrist, without taking any medication for more than 80 years. And I've come on top of it generally. Of course, I won't say that I'm permanently cured because there's no such thing as a permanent cure in depression. There's at best you can have is what you call remission. Yes, I've been remission all the time. I'm able to control my toxic energies, my ruminations, and keep it at bay. And I'm able to, for them, pursue the best version of my life. You know, do the things I love to do. And up to this day, I think I've been very lucky. You know, in this respect.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kok. Thank you. Okay, Rosanna raised her hand first.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kok. You are the perfect patient for me. Because
we can
yes,
collaborate.
because
We
your
can collaborate.
story is so spot on. I applaud you. You now the modern term, okay, in hypnotherapy, you say you inherited your depression from your mother, and that is very real, very
Yes, I
real.
think
It's
so.
called
think so.
epigenetics. Go and Google it.
Yeah.
EPI, epigenetics. It means it's beyond genetics. So this is also one of the reasons why you see now, like you see 2-3 years old and they sit at the piano, they can play, you know, and they can speak different languages. They actually inherited this in their genes. So depression is also inherited. Real. This is not bluffing, okay? And
Yes.
that is why it's good that you have stood up so well. Congratulations. You're a very strong person. God loves you. And you
Yes,
are
I believe so.
deserving of this
believe so.
wonderful love. But you know, there are many people who are not like you, and they will succumb to depression. So that is why they go to a hypnotherapist. What we will do generally, we do regression. Regression meaning we bring them back into their childhood, because sometimes they don't even remember what is the seeding event that caused this problem. You see? So that's why I say your story is perfect. We work with the regression going into your inner child and explaining the epigenetics to you so that your subconscious, you will know, aha, this is the problem and you can get out of it. So do contact me, Mr. Kok. I am most happy to do it for you free of charge. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
You are
Thank
such a
you.
wonderful person.
Yes.
It is my
Thank you so much.
honor. It will be my honor to help
Thank
to
you.
give you a therapy. Okay.
Oh, thank
Thank
you,
you so
thank
much.
you. We are really in a very
Contact
blessed
me. Contact
place.
me.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I contact through Ban Peng.
Yeah,
Later,
it's in the chat group. You are in the group together. You can contact each
Yes,
other.
yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I think Gracie raise your hand. Gracie, please.
I wanted to echo Rosanna's point. I've really enjoyed that speech. I don't think it's talked about enough today. I'm currently a young adult in university, and I think a very big part of this chapter in my life is making mistakes and going as you go. So I guess my question for you is, how important do you think is forgiveness in order to love yourself? And do you think forgiveness is central, super important in preventing depression?
Yes, thank you for asking such an important question. Yes, unconditional acceptance and forgiveness are literally two sides of the same coin. You know, if you can't forgive other people, you can't forgive yourself, you can't possibly, love yourself or love another person. Love cannot come in without forgiveness. Very, very important. That's why they say that, to forgive is divine, to err is human. Yes, that is one part. That is why to forgive is divine. That same is unconditional love. Unconditional love, very often people say is divine. It is true, but can we do it? Yes, but we can all learn to cultivate unconditional love, starting with ourselves. We must love ourselves, and we must forgive ourselves for whatever for whatever wrong that we have committed. If we can't forgive, sorry, love cannot come in. Very, very important. Thank you very much for the question. That's a very important question. Thank you.
I have a further follow-up, if that's okay with you.
Please.
Yes, Kara.
A lot of people have to, well, I think change is a natural part of growing as a person. How do you think we can change ourselves from a place of self-love and self-acceptance and not from, oh, I need to change so I can become better to become worthy of love?
That's why for me, number one, before I could start loving myself, because I'm a Christian. So, in my theology, we always believe that, we must, like for God only love us if we are perfect, we pass our 10 commandment test, we are perfect, then God will love us. No, I don't think it's true. I don't agree with that. God loves us irrespective of whether we are good or bad. But once we realize the goodness of God, the love of God, then we ourselves slowly started to change. That's what happened to me. I tell from my own story. Because after reflecting on the love of God, how much God loved me, and if I had to tell you, you will agree. Like for example, up to this age, up to my age, I'm 84. I have good health in body and mind, no diabetes, no high blood pressure, able to run about, move about. And 3 years ago, I even advertised myself on the dating platform in online, in the Chinese dating platform. Of course, that was due to my playful spirit. I was very playful, you see. So in a way, that's why I am. I accept myself as what I am. Because when I realized that God loved me, I start loving myself. And to love myself first, because I am, you see, I have to love myself because this is the only universe. This is the only gift God give me. The world is not important. The world is irrelevant without me. It's only through my eyes that I can see the world exists. If without me, there's no world. As simple as that, So that's why you are also very important. You must start realize that you are the center of the universe. That your first duty of loving God is to love yourself first. And that is a starting point. Once you convince yourself, then everything open up. All the good lucks will come. Even at the age of, say, in my 83, 84, I got wealth coming in, lots of money, that kind of thing. Through my children, whatever, you see. whatever one come. It's true, You'll be surprised. With unconditional love, you even attract some romantic love. I have to reject. I cannot. You see? So you won't believe it. So when you tell you that, with unconditional love, it is everything. When you got unconditional love, you simply will become a magnet for other people. People like to come in here because somehow they feel that you can help them.
Thank you.
I
Thank
don't
you,
know why.
Mr. Kok.
I still can't explain.
Bruce has a question.
I enjoy the session very much. It's not a question. I just want to add that it's very inspiring when we come to the topic love. We've heard so many times God is love, love is God. And talking about forgiveness, I just want to share that Jesus taught the ultimate lesson in forgiveness. He had 39 lashes, he was spit upon, he was slapped, he was people threw rocks at him, excruciating pain at the cross, and he asked the Father, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that is, I really appreciate. So whenever I go through trouble, difficult times, I think of what Jesus went through. Yeah, I just try to share this part. Thank you.
Thank you for a good example.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, Mike first, then Ita can go after that. You're muted, Mike. You disappeared. Oh, there you are. Okay. No, you're muted again. You're muted again.
Sorry, I didn't want to speak. I just wanted to introduce Ita. So Ita, floor is yours.
My time? Okay, thank you. Well, I really appreciate what Mr. Kok shared with us about love, unconditional love. Actually, well, I have an experience about it. That's because I'm a Christian. Also, in the Bible said that as well, that we have to forgive when God will love you. But the second is I have experience about I have to forgive my parents when our parents are not perfect. So that's why when I give my unconditional love to my parents and I accept my parents' fault, so it makes me grow and I can focus and move on with my past. So that's why I'm here. So I have to face my future plan, and then now I gather with you all and become a positive person. And thank you, Mr. Kok, for your speech.
I think you must have a wonderful story to share regard unconditional love. I think so. I can sense it.
Certainly. Okay. If there are no other hands, let us invite the next speaker. Mark, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. You know the routine. 1 minute to tell us why it's so important to listen to you, and then you got 10 minutes to speak, followed by question and answer.
Okay, let me share my slides first.
Sure.
Do you see my slides?
It's not appear yet. It says you have to double click whatever. We can see you're sharing something, but it's not appeared. Yeah, here it is.
Okay. Who am I? I have a master's degree in public health. And as you can see, my research thesis is using liver detox to lower cholesterol. And this is a clinical study, over 50 experimental group, 50 people in the experimental group, and 34 people in the control group. Why is this topic so important? Okay, before that, I've been using this device called the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. The layman term is called bioresonance. It measures the body's magnetic energy to determine 30 body areas to find out the health condition. Can even detect your heart, kidneys, lungs, etc. its function. So I would like to offer this scan for all your all the audience here this evening. Okay, why this topic is important? Because more and more people are suffering from major illnesses. As you can see, over the years, diabetes has increased from 8.8% to 9.5%. Okay, since 2017 to 2019. And high blood pressure has increased also from 24.2% to 35.5%. And the result is really alarming. And high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol has increased from 35% to 39%. And all the doctors are doing is they are taking medication, which is not good. So right now I will start my presentation. So most people, when they deal with diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, they are taking long-term maintenance medication. And today, I want to share with you, are natural remedies better than a traditional conventional medicine? The answer is an affirmative yes. According to this natural doctor, who wrote a book called The Liver and Gallbladder Miracle Cleanse, he said all you need is the home-based detox program, which I myself have formulated to help many people who suffering from chronic diseases to overcome taking medication and using this natural remedy. And he said a classical statement, that gallstones which are clogging the liver is the major cause of disease. And the liver, you can see, it has 500 functions. One of the major functions is create blood, clotting factors, filters the blood. So the liver is actually a filter. Since the day you're born until you are at this age, you have never serviced your liver. And you can imagine how congested your liver is. And this is the example of a congested liver. You can see all these bulges. They are actually gallstones. Liver manufacture gallstones as a result of the filtration of the blood. And you can see a healthy liver is stage 0. When the liver has enough congestion, inflammation starts to occur. At stage 2, if you don't do anything about it, fibrosis starts to form. And it has scar tissue. And stage 3, there is a progression of this scar tissue and widespread fibrosis. And if you still don't do anything about it, advanced liver disease will occur, causing cirrhosis, as well as cancer. You can see by doing the liver detox program, a person have high liver detox before the detox program. This is a pre-detox scan. This is doing 3 sessions of liver detox. The fatty liver has dropped by 29%. And the bile secretion has increased by 20%. After doing 6 times, it is totally reversed from a fatty liver to a healthy liver. And this is my DIY program, which I've been doing for the past 15 years. I'm using all the natural ingredients like oil, juice, magnesium. It's a special kind of magnesium that you can't find in the market. And a simple remedy with an instructional manual, a sieve, as well as probiotics and electrolytes. Okay, diabetes. Today in modern times, when people have diabetes, the doctor will either recommend metformin, which is a medication, or the last stage of diabetes will be the injection of insulin. And whether it is metformin as well as insulin, it has a lot of harmful side effects. I know it because my mom was a diabetic. When a person has diabetes, it has other associated illnesses like heart, kidney, eyes, skin failure. So knowing how diabetes are formed, when the liver has excess stones, some of the stones get trapped at the pancreas and it cannot secrete insulin. And that's how a person developed type 2 diabetes. So just do a detox program. This gentleman had low insulin secretion and high urine sugar. After doing 3 times, everything is reversed. Second is high blood pressure. More and more people are suffering from high blood pressure. And the most common medication for high blood pressure is beta blocker. And beta blocker has been taken by many people. And the harmful side effect is in the acronym ball fish. Okay, bronchi constriction. Okay. And then next one is arrhythmia, which is heart problem, lethargy, disturbance in the glucose metabolism, fatigue, insomnia, sexual dysfunction, and hypotension. Hypotension means low blood pressure after taking too much beta blocker. So I suggest taking this NMN to reverse the aging process. I have a family history of heart disease, diabetes, as well as high blood pressure. Both my parents went through bypass. After taking MNN for the past 1 year, 1 year later, my high blood pressure was red. It was very dangerous. It dropped to 25%. Then 2 years later, after taking MNN, I measure myself. From a high of 1.899, it dropped to 0.359, and 81% drop. So you don't need to take medicine. You just need to take the supplement called NMN, which is getting more and more popular. And just now I mentioned, the beta blocker can cause sexual dysfunction. I have a problem with erectile dysfunction, even though I don't take beta blocker. And what happened is after taking MNN for 19 months, my erection transmitter went up 70%. After taking for 25 months, it went up 421%. Now my wife said, hey, don't do every day, just relax. So I become more powerful and my testosterone went up 77%. And this is documented. And then my prostate, I have prostate problem. After taking MNN, my prostate is enlarged, dropped by 36%. Calcification dropped by 18%, and prostatitis, infection of prostate, dropped by 10%. Now I'm slowly recovering from this ailment. Last but not least is high blood pressure. More and more people high blood cholesterol. 1 in 2 persons are suffering from blood cholesterol, too high. And taking statins has a lot of harmful effects. Okay, and these are the harmful effects you can see on the right. Okay? It affects your brain, your cognitive function, cataract, kidney disease, liver disease, diabetes, myopathy, and all this, tendinitis, tendon rupture. So you exchange just by lowering your blood pressure, you exchange for 7 other diseases which you don't need. So as I have said, I use liver detox to lower cholesterol, and it has been proven. This is one of my clients who has high cholesterol. He passed out a layer of cholesterol. These are not feces. Okay, these are stones from the liver, and it shows high cholesterol. These are cholesterol. And I have a testimony 15 years ago, my first client, she got borderline high cholesterol. After doing twice, she went for blood test, the cholesterol dropped. Then this is my experimental group, high triglycerides. After doing twice, went for blood test, it dropped. Also high cholesterol, total cholesterol high, dropped. High LDL drop doing liver detox. So it's a clinical proof that liver detox lower cholesterol. Now cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol is due to our diet. We eat too much meat, too much oily food. Okay, especially the Indonesians, the Chinese, the Malays, they like to deep fry their food or soak their food with oil. So I would like to recommend that if you cannot avoid eating oily food, you take this product which can remove oil. And this is not about medication. Everything is manufactured using natural products. And you can see on your left, after taking this, one day I went to China, I eat an oily meal. I took this oil blocker, and you can see on the left, I purge out all those oil. So this oil will not accumulate in my liver, will not clog my heart. And then I do liver detox. And then I scan people after they do liver detox, after they do take MNN, after they take the oil blocker. And this is the chart. If you pass out all the stones, these are the color and what it means. Okay. And this is my program. And this is oil blocker. And this is MNN. To lower diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Okay, you can see this is I can offer everybody a scan. Come and see me. If you are from overseas, you can invite me to your place and do a presentation. And this is my price. My competitor is selling for $800 for one program. I'm selling 3 programs for $330. And I give free things before and after scan, before and after detox scan, free gallstone analysis, free lifetime health counseling, free mentoring, and free presentation to family and friends. And back to you, Peng.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. That's a truly educational program and wonderful solutions to health problems. Anyone raise the hand? Oh, okay. Let's start with Gracie again.
Thank you so much, Mark. I wanted to ask, what are some small mindset shifts that you think we can make in order to be more conscious of the foods we eat and the things we do that impact our lifestyle decisions?
This is very important to educate yourself, the knowledge on how to take care of your health. The life skill of health practices are not taught in schools. So I would encourage everybody to learn this life skill on how to take care of the body. That's one. Second, when you learn about the diet, what kind of food we eat, you need to change your mindset on eating for nutrition as a priority rather than for pleasure and taste. Because most people are focusing on taste as the major priority. They don't realize that whatever you sow, you will reap, right? If you sow poison, you will reap disease and death. But if you sow health, you will reap health. So that's very important. And third, you must have a conviction to be an example. For me, I am very disciplined. I don't eat between meals. I eat a plant-based diet. I don't deep fry my food. If I happen to eat an oily meal in a Chinese wedding or a gathering, I will just take the oil blocker to purge out oil. So whatever you sow, you will reap. I hope I answered your question.
Okay,
Thank you very
Bruce
much.
first, followed by Roseanne.
Okay, Mark, do you have a website where you got video, like you share what you're sharing now? I think it's very beneficial to people because a lot of people, they need to have a liver detox. But do you have a website that has video sharing what you have shared with us?
I have a video, YouTube video channel.
Yeah.
That's one. Second, I have a website. Third, I want to do it low profile because I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been attacked by a lot of conventional doctors saying I'm a scam. Because whatever I do, I could really put doctors out of business. Because when they don't buy medicine for diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol, doctors don't make money out of it. So I have to do it low profile. I'm only sharing to people who are like-minded and enlightened people.
Because what you're sharing, there's no controversy, you know, very clear, and to me, I think it benefits people a lot. And there's Chinese saying, 真金不怕火. The truth is the truth. So you shouldn't be afraid of all these doctors attacking you. You just go with your good heart to help people improve their health. Yeah.
Why don't I suggest this way? You become my distributor and you take all the hard knocks. Okay. I don't have that kind of magnanimity to take the hard knocks.
So, Mark, if I just a question, if I'm not wrong, your only social platform is YouTube, right?
I also have a Facebook. I
What about
also
IG?
YouTube and website.
Oh, okay. Because like they have also thought about it, it's actually beneficial, not just for people around our age or in the 30s, 40s, even for the youngsters, right? You also benefit them. So
Yes.
to me, I just feel like if you have an IG, you reach out to the younger market too, lah. Okay. Just a
Same,
it's just
same
an
thing.
idea only.
I'm right now, because I'm only one person, I have a few
Oh, I see.
referees. You can be one of my referee or referrals,
No
or
problem.
distributor.
Share with us.
Come and
Sorry.
talk to me. I will share my contact here.
Okay, you can share
No,
your
no,
link.
you're in the
Just
same
share with
chat.
others, no?
Mark, you're all in the same community chat group. So you can contact each other through the community. Okay.
Any more question?
Roxanne raised her hand.
Yeah. Mark, where are you based? Because
I'm a Singaporean.
Oh, so how do Malaysians get your product?
Very good. I have friends who are distributing it in Malaysia, in JB, in KL. And usually it takes a few distributors to do it. So what they'll do is, many of those distributors are very health conscious people. They are dealing with cancer patients where doctors reject. Okay? So what I'll do is I will drive over to KL. Are you based in KL?
Yeah.
So I will drive to KL. I will conduct a health talk and I will do a health screening, 10 minutes per person. So we spend 2 hours scanning all those participants. Then I give a 45-minute talk. Then it's up to them whether they want to purchase the detox program. And then you can also be my distributor there.
So is your product considered like what do you call like the TMC? Is it something like TMC?
No.
Then?
It's under natural remedy. Where everything is fruit-based, like olive oil, fruit juice, as well as magnesium. So it's not under any controlled drug or anything. So that's why my topic is on natural remedy. In Chinese, we call 自然疗法, using nature to heal.
So then, because we don't want to get onto the wrong side of law,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So basically, okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, now thank you, Mark, and thank you the rest of you. Next speaker would be Shauna. Shauna, are you ready?
Yes, fine, thank you.
Okay, you have 1 minute to tell us why it's so important to listen to you. And then you have 10 minutes to present your story.
Okay.
You are ready?
Yes.
Okay. Start
Hello,
now.
everyone. Yes. Hello, everyone. So today I wish to speak on a subject called building blocks, and particularly about individuals. So I'd like to share some of my thoughts based on my personal experience. So maybe I could start now.
Please.
Yes. So can you imagine form without substance? Whether it is buildings or a piece of writing, form cannot exist without structure. And so also with individuals. We are one whole meaningful creature only because of the blocks that have shaped and built us. And today, I'd like to talk about this particular block, which I call family. I always thought of family as a group of people connected by birth or by marriage or adoption, or in other words, related by blood. Today, I realize that a family is anywhere that you feel accepted, have a sense of belonging and connectedness, and a place where you also feel some responsibility. I was born in Kerala, India, and this is the 70s and 80s that I'm talking about. Those were the days of rubber plantations and paddy fields. There were plenty of people also to help us with everything. A person named Papachan helped us with tapping rubber. There was another person named Philippos there who would take the cow out to graze and look after the land. We were like one big family. I remember my mother and grandmother in the kitchen with two ladies named Mariam and Mariam Cherpi. So there was activity everywhere. Everyone was in charge of something and getting on with it. And I was excited to be in the middle of it. I too joined in, and sometimes it would be water that I would go and draw from the well and bring it to the earthen pot in the house, and sometimes swept the front yard and inside of the house. My sister would go and pluck flowers from the garden and make her a flower arrangement, all of which I looked at with great enthusiasm. A household is thus a miniature society. The child sees the members of the family cooperate, communicate, accommodate, and get things done. It is here that he learns to be responsible, to trust, to respect, appreciate, and to take care of oneself and each other. All important values of socialization. Where I grew up, there were no big shops like you see today, where you could get Christmas trees as you see them now. So when December came around, our farmhand would help to cut stems off the bamboo tree from near the border of our home and put them in a pot, and we would decorate it with strips of colored paper and balloons. These were simple joys. And the time came when my family encouraged us all to take the first step into the whole new world, the world of learning, away from the comfort and predictability that I was once used to. I now came across individuals of different ages and backgrounds. I believe the individual then learns to manage himself and to make friends. My father used to take us to school. I still remember those days when we rushed to be on time with sharpened pencils, fountain pens refilled with ink, the right books in the bag, and with a mind ready to absorb all the 7 subjects that were taught in class. What invaluable learning indeed, instilling the need for discipline, routine, and also the importance of sticking to deadlines. Educational institutions thus shape the individuals to become well-rounded person who is resilient and adaptable. They help create people who are ready to face the world with courage and confidence. Oh. Sorry, I think, could you hear me earlier?
You can hear you. Carry on.
Yes.
Carry on.
Sorry.
Courage, Shana.
Okay. So it is interesting how families operate like mini business units. My parents were careful about money. My sister and I knew that we could have this, but not this and that. Birthdays were special occasions, and when friends and families were invited, we would have special food on the table. During summer holidays, my sister and we would visit our grandmother in the town. She would send us to buy cupcakes from the bakery nearby, and we were reminded to bring back the exact change. I can still remember my sweaty palms as I did a mental calculation to see what the balance would be. I think to date, if you were to ask me the change, I still have will have sweaty palms. Anyway, looking back, these were all very educative. Years later, I was married and living in Singapore. My son and I, we started going to a church that was also close to home. There we found a lovely group of people who welcomed us into their midst and let us be part of the choir. We had choir practice every Sunday. After service, we would go for lunch and sometimes would gather for birthdays and festivals. A few more years passed, and I found myself on my own. That was a time when I was without work, and there was no one there around for me to take care of. And also, there was no one to check on me. So I found myself slipping. I lost track of time. Monday or Friday, it made no difference. Around this time, I came across a group of people walking in pairs. Their t-shirt said, "Run to bond, run so others can." The idea appealed to me. And as a person who enjoyed physical activities, I thought, what a meaningful way to spend time. This community ended up saving me. It is called Running Hour, a sports cooperative that was formed to integrate persons with special needs through running. Walks were organized thrice a week, including Saturdays. So now I began to differentiate the different days of the week. Even though through COVID, we were encouraged to do the runs ourselves and report online. I cannot tell you how much this connection and constancy helped me. It gave me a sense of purpose. Around this time, my friend Ivy told me about Agora and took me to the first physical meeting. And it was here that I met Peng. Peng was also kind enough to give me a job, and I started coming to Agora meetings regularly, helping to set up and to just watch everyone who was there. And they came for every meeting after a long day's work, twice a month, doing presentations, hot topics, evaluations, and so many more roles that they took up. And thus, with Holy Family Church, Running Hour, and Agora, I had a place to go to, a place where I could be myself. They took all of you and everyone took me under their wings, included me in all that they did. And it is no exaggeration to say that I wouldn't be where I am without them. I would not have survived all that time on my own. I don't think so. Thank you very much for that. Because I'm saying I wouldn't be here without you. Sorry, just a moment. So in short, what I'm trying to say is that we need communities to lead a purposeful life, to have hope, to feel a sense of belonging. And what we can do when we are in these communities is do our best. Because if we don't also add value in some way, we also won't have meaning in our lives. So in the beginning, as I said, a family is a place where you feel a sense of belonging and you also feel a sense of responsibility. And then when we all work together, that is when beautiful things happen. It has happened in my life, and I thank you for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shauna. Gracie raised her hand, please.
I wanted to say that I first met Shona online when I think Ban Peng first sent me an invite. I think it may have been 4 or 5 years ago. Shona, you were one of the most welcoming faces, and you have helped shape a lot of my childhood. So it was very interesting to see how your journey with Agora started, where it took you today. And of course, it's very, very nice to be able to see you again after so many years. I also don't think I would have become the person that I am today if I hadn't had this community. And that was a very good reminder of that. So I wanted to say that I think you've had a very big impact on personally my life. And I think I speak the same for a lot of other people here. So you are an unforgettable and undeniably invaluable member of any community you're a part of. And I hope you know that too.
Thank you, Gracie. And
Yeah,
I
I
was
can
also
vouch for
really happy.
that. I can vouch for that. Shona has the greatest, warmest heart. If you ever, I think you are very near to Shona, Gracie. If you go to London, she will welcome you with open arms. She will take you to her home and she'll cook a great meal for you.
Oh my goodness. Are you in London, Shona?
Yes.
I'm going to Birmingham for exchange for 6 months starting
Oh,
September. So
oh,
we'll
that's
be
lovely.
very close.
Yes, we can meet. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It
Okay,
was lovely to see you too, Gracie. Yes.
very good, very good.
I got a question.
Okay, sure, sure.
Shona, you got a lot of wonderful things to share. I was wondering, have you written a book about your experience?
I haven't, Bruce.
Yeah, good, good. You need help, you let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think you should write a book, Shona. You are very special in that you have enjoyed the ups, you have endured the downs, and you can go very deep down, and now you are able to come up again. Many people can go down, but they never came up. So you did it, and I'm very proud of you.
Ban Peng. Yes, sorry, just one more thing. I could do it because of the so much love. I think I couldn't stay down because I think nobody let me stay down. Yeah, I had no choice but to climb, come up. Yes.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Great job.
Yes.
Okay, I think Ita raised her hand first, then Mark can follow. Ita.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ban Peng. And I would like to say thank you also for your sharing for your story, Shona. It's very grateful for everyone who has a complete family here. And as a person who lives alone, and I don't have a complete family figure, I'm very happy to be able to meet and gather with all of you here. And I also agree that from this community, I get an inspiration to become a person who thinks positively and improves my potential to be the best version of mine. And I was first met with Mr. Mike at Agora Indonesia several years ago. Then also Mr. Ban Peng and all the professional here who can support me as a personal to be the best. I think that's from me, Mr. Ban Peng and Shona. Thank you very much, Shona.
Thank you, Ita. Thank you. Mark.
Okay, I listened to the talk intently and was very envious of her wonderful family background. And you can see in her face that she is very positive, very optimistic, full of zest and life. My question to her is, how do you deal with toxic people in your life?
How do I deal with toxic people? I'm not sure I've come across many toxic people, but if I find myself unable to respond, I try to keep away because I do lose temper and get agitated and all of that. But if I continue to be that way, I don't like to be that way. So I rather stay away and wait till I'm able to be calm and respond. Yes.
Let me tell you my previous profession as a church pastor, I have a congregation of 300 over people. Not everybody is nice. So there are toxic people. And as a pastor, you cannot run away from them. So you absorb all their poison, all their negative vibes. That's why after serving for 28 years, I opt for early retirement and do healing and so on. So I want to live long. Live with toxic people, you become toxic. The Bible says if you don't associate with a person who is angry all the time, or you will learn their ways. So I think you have answered my question, is to avoid. There's certain people you can't change them. No point be in the mire of negativism. Get out of that toxic environment and be with energy givers, not energy zappers.
Yeah, I agree, Mark. I think we can simply walk away. We don't have to be stuck in any environment that is not supportive or nurturing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Elizabeth is a very special lady, but leave it to her to introduce herself. You have 1 minute to introduce yourself. Tell us all the wonderful things and why we should be listening to you for the next 10 minutes. And then you can let Mike know you're ready to start so that he can start the timing. You ready?
Yes, I'm Elizabeth. Yes, I am. Actually, I would like to announce my age because the whole story goes with my age. So I'm 58 this year. I was a ex-center principal in preschool education. I love my job, but somehow, I'm out of my job now. Not because I don't have they fire me, but I actually left my job. But what I want now is I'm actually out to venture. At this age, I want to venture. I want to see the world. I want to have fun. So you can start my start timing really. It's really short, but the whole thing is, everyone asks me, why do you want to be a speaker? Now, before that, I didn't know you can get paid being speaking, to do speaking. So I joined this speaking community and I fell in love, saying, oh, wow, I can go and be a speaker, no problem. I do training, I do coaching, I can speak. Then on my very first day of, we call it stage time, to try to deliver my speech, then my mentor come to me, or my coach come to me and say, Elizabeth, you are not speaking, you are teaching. Then I'm like, oh. Yeah, because of my 20 years of a teacher, and I got into a teaching mode. They say, yeah, you're supposed to be speaking, you're supposed to be touching heart and not educating the brain. And I was like, but how does that feel like? What kind of speeches? I mean, we saw a lot of speech. I go look at different types of speeches, but I couldn't quite grasp how could I form my speech to be inspiring. Next, I actually went for this, we had this sharing group, and it happens to be a lot of them was talking about mental wellness, since this topic about mental wellness and how your voice can heal, help you to heal. Now, the interesting part is when I hear this person, he talk about his so-called recovery from suicidal, how he almost at the brink of, at one point of his life, he was about to kill himself. And after he recovered, and then he's motivating and inspiring others to live a life of acceptance, or to go towards happiness. And suddenly I realized, oh, this is an inspiration story. I want to move towards that. Because we have a lot of stories. At this age, we have a lot of stories, but I don't want to go into a teacher mode because nobody wants to listen to you teaching. People want to listen to you to inspire, just like the person who talked about suicidal. And I began to pivot and learn how and what is it that enable me to use my story as inspiration. That is called storytelling, and there's a whole lot of big skills on how you deliver storytelling. Where am I going from this? I am actually the godmother of Speaker Society. The reason I set up Speaker Society because I went through this process of looking at people speaking and find the inspirational speech and find that it is so powerful and there's so much healing when people talk. For me, in 2023, it was my 56th birthday. It was a very special year because somehow I celebrated my birthday 3 times with the same group of people, my family. And it's only on the 3rd day after I celebrated my birthday, I had a wake-up call. Now, what wake-up call was that? There was like, hello, Elizabeth, you're already 57. You know, of this 6, you got any more 4 more years before you turn 60. So why so alarmed? Saying 60, you're still young, right? Well, no. To me, this is an alarming number. I've forgotten that I've actually passed 55. And then that, yeah, come to counting month, 48 months before I turn 60. So what's the big deal of 60? I didn't quite understand why I went to this panic mode. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much life in me. I want to live. There's so many things I want to do. I don't want to be stuck in a full-time job. I dilly-dally, and I just one day at the end of 2023, I just said goodbye to my job, and I want to move on to a new life. And what the life is, I want to do speaking. And why do I have that desperation? I just realized, all of you just shared just now about what's the speaker name? I'm trying to put it in. Okay. Anyway, I was trying to figure out what happened to me. And of course, as a speaker, we need to craft a speech idea and there. And while crafting my speech and looking to, I realized my panic mode came from the death of my father. He died at age 63. So compared to me, going there is very near. But because he was critically ill and he didn't take care of himself. Whereas I was not exactly in perfect health either. Okay, my arthritis is killing me. So having that panic mode, tell me that, hey, Elizabeth, stop and go and live a life that you want to live. Go and do the dreams that you want to dream, that you have dreamed. Go and do it. Dare it, do it, dream it, whatever. Just go. It was panicky because to live a full-time job and not having any more financials money coming in can be desperate. But okay, I tell myself, either I slave for money or I slave for my job. I decide to go for the other. Because since my daughter is graduate, you're on your own, I'm fine. I am financially okay for the time being. But I enjoy that. And when I pivot out, I never regret it. I met so many people, including Peng. And now this group of people, if not for my pivoting or getting out and trying to speak and going to the speaker world and going for events like this, it was last minute, but honestly, I forgot it was today. It was like just 2 days ago. And okay, never mind. Just be seen, just be present. Okay, that's my motto, and that's how we set up Speaker Society. And I was inviting people to come here to speak because I noticed that there's a lot of people with beautiful stories to tell, but sometimes they may not have stage to tell. But you guys have so much story and they're so empowering, so inspirational. Don't keep it behind the cupboard. Open up and talk, and the world needs to hear you. Because I myself benefited from a lot of you. In fact, tonight was so beneficial too. So to me, yeah, I'm not like a little crazy girl, get out of my cage here and there. And then you say, oh wow, Elizabeth, you are like living your life. I say yes. So why am I so happy? Because I see a lot of people stuck in between, especially the full-time staff or I'm sorry, call them staff because I was center principal. So these teachers in the senior years, they are very unhappy. They couldn't leave the job because I guess they feel insecure. But at the same time, they are miserable because there are dreams or things that they want to do, they cannot do. And it is very toxic. And it's not that the environment is toxic, but they themselves become very toxic. And not and that is very bad because they will affect people, and especially the young ones that they come in and then see why these fella not happy with their job, but yet it's not going to help the youngsters that come into the job because they feel that there is no progression, there's no life in this job because you are so miserable. All the seniors are so miserable. They fail to live the part of the dream that they want to live. I'm not asking all of you to leave the job. I mean, you can still stay in the job and be enjoyable, but I just decided I need that freedom to move, to hop out of it, and I did. So I went to this friend and we talked about it, and strangely enough, I couldn't find a stage to talk. Not like this. It's only after that I realized there's so much opportunity. So I told her, her name is Sabrina. Sabrina, I want to build a stage so that I can have my highlight, my limelight, and also giving a lot of aspiring speaker the chance to speak. So we set up Speaker Society. So from now on, I'm very busy with my Speaker Society. We try to recruit people in and give a stage. And I don't know, the possibility is endless. Just like now, I'm talking at Bumping's platform now, it's like, ooh, I'm great because I'm focusing on this group of people, which is 50 and above. I realize many of us are stuck, you are either very successful and very happy, or you are successful in your job, but you are stuck. In fact, today I just met someone. He's very successful, but he's also in the dilemma. He's also stuck. He said, I want to, after a while, you become very successful in your field, and you're sitting in your pool of people. You cannot grow. You keep going round and round. You're successful, but in only the area. You need to go out of it. To a certain extent, you need to get out and see the newer, so that you have like fresh leaf growing out of you, something like that. But this is what I'm my speech and I'll talk to you about is that if you have a dream, dare to dream, do it, live it. Now is the time. Don't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Wow, great speech, great speech. Bruce, raise your hand. Bruce, please.
When is your next speakers event? Very interesting. Well, I love to talk. I'm born to speak.
Yes, I know a lot of you are speaking so great. No problem. I will let you know what we got a platform. We got a global online platform, and we have live platform. Ours is a community, just a bumping one. So actually, Sabrina was check with bumping, see if we can collaborate on this side. It's all about sharing. It's all about giving, right? So nothing wrong. And there are a lot of things. Yes, I have. There's a lot of sharing, and I'm so happy, Papi. I'm so happy to be here today. Actually, I'm so happy. Yeah, but too bad we do is that having a dance, so she cannot come. Otherwise, it's so good. Yeah, people who like us, I want to speak.
This is the only place where I can speak. When I speak at home, nobody wants to listen to me. I'm just a guy who goes to work and come home late at night.
Yeah, so sometimes we feel that we need to go to a different platform, no? And then we've got fresh species for us, who listen to us. Not keep listening to you. I know very seen every time I listen to you, see your face. I want a new environment. So we need to sit out, build our community. Yes, build it. It's very important. I've just learned about building community. I was always stuck in a full-time job, but now I'm just really learning.
Great job. Rosanna.
Yeah, you're right. Your community really helps you. I agree. I was so touched about with your story. Yeah, right, building community.
I just want to say thank you to Elizabeth for sharing her wonderful story. I'm 67, okay, so you are still young chiku. And I wonder, I really want to thank Ban Peng for creating this group, because you gave us a captured audience. They can't run away, and listen to us blab. Okay, but also I think the networking here is wonderful. By the way, is Elizabeth the last speaker, or am I taking time from the one more speaker? Do you have another speaker, Mr. Ban Peng?
No, I think all those who have registered to speak have spoken.
Okay.
I'm going to invite some people who have not spoken to give them a chance to speak. I
The
think
question I want to ask you actually, Ban Peng, is how often do we get this wonderful party like today? I think this is a party, for me at this age, it's a party.
Yeah. I enjoyed myself so much that we are supposed to end at 9:30, but now it's 9:45 and we are still very much alive. So thank you for staying with us.
So how often do we get to come to this party?
Okay, we have one online party like this a month, and then we have a physical party at in my office, International Plaza. Yeah, so if I happen to be in Singapore, you can let us know.
Yeah, and you guys out there as well, anytime, let us know in this group. Elizabeth, call us to join your speaking club or
Yeah,
whatever.
as well, you must post an invitation into into this community.
At this age, we need to socialize, and I'm so grateful for people like the young people like Gracie. Gracie,
Yeah.
you just wonderful. I mean, a young person like you are sticking out with all the oldies like us. I mean, I salute your patience, okay, darling. You are absolutely wonderful. It's so nice to see the the younger people's perspective. We're looking at life through their lenses.
Yes.
Tracy, go on with your good work and try to rope in as many young, lovely people like you. Love it. Thank you so much, dearie. Yeah,
It
back
was
to
so
you.
good listening to all of you, and your presentation was amazing. I think it opened my eyes on the importance of introspection and just working with yourself. So you guys are doing the real work, and I'm a very, very privileged audience.
Many of you have not met Gracie. You do not know that she's a world champion in not only one speech contest, I think in multiple, at least 3 or 4. I think she got top prizes. This is an international contest. It's not the local village contest. And she's not only good at speaking, she's good at debating. In fact, she's so good, by her being present here, she raised the average IQ of the room. Now she's doing a law degree, if I remember, doing a law degree in Netherlands, right? And very soon, you'll see, I hope to see, very soon, Gracie will be High Court judge in Indonesia or somewhere. No, she's that good. She's that good. I got high confidence in her. I want to invite Dunstan because she has not spoken the whole evening. Dunstan is the wise old man in the room. He's older, I think can be grandfather to Gracie. So Dunstan, please.
Ban Peng, I mean, it's nice of you to say I'm the old man. I think Mr. Yu is older than me, I think.
Mr. Kok is
Mr. Kok
is almost 90 years old, I think.
Yeah. I'm kind of challenged to say something because you people keep on mentioning age. But somebody said, oh, 60 is very old already. And it gets me worried because I'm pushing 80, right? But I think I knew Ban Peng for a long time already. And not just because I'm older, and it's just that I've gone from a very small town, a fishing village in Sarawak, which is a place many of you may just have heard of but never been. Then I went to live in Scotland, and then I lived in England for half of my life. And then I retired and come back to Kuching, which is the capital of Sarawak. In between time, I lived in America for about 10 years. Things like so, which means I've seen a lot of people. And of course, speaking is something which I've been doing all my life because I was trained as a barrister in England. I mean, Gracie wanted to be a lawyer. Okay, you are about 60 years behind me, but it's okay. I was called to the bar about 57 years ago or something like that. Can't remember now. But what I mean is this: I noticed that we mentioned the importance of communication and speaking. I think this is something which we should take quite seriously. Those of us who dare to stand up and speak, actually, whether you like it or not, can be considered has been endowed or being given the talent to speak, right? And therefore, I feel that it is important for us to be able to communicate our ideas because we are the few people who dare to speak. I know a lot of people are afraid to speak. So I'm glad
Yes.
Ban Peng is putting this together, and I hear the story of all of you. It's a very varied story, right? I actually formed a club. It's called a collective of storytellers and writers. I'm a writer. I mean, I'm writing for about the last 20 years or so. And it is a very good, it is because I believe that people who can speak and write has a responsibility to share their ideas. So don't keep your light under a bushel. I think some of you are Christians, you understand what Jesus Christ was saying, right? And we should share our ideas. And I look forward to take part. I mean, one day I will tell you, I have a lot of stories, too many stories, so I won't say it now. And one day I will join you guys as a speaker. And thank you very much, Ban Bang. Right.
Please, yes, please join us as speaker, please.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dunstan. Dunstan is not only a barrister, a lawyer, he is a writer. I think at least 600 articles, weekly articles published in the newspaper over a few years.
I was a columnist for about 15 years. And,
yeah, he's also a scuba diving instructor. He's also a world championship speaker. He won all the major contests, like Gracie, all the major contests, not only in Sarawak, but also in Asia Pacific. I think you did speak in America as well, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
He
I took part
went
in the
to
finals.
in the finals
Yeah,
of the World
okay.
Championship as
Yeah.
well. So that's another champion speaker. We can learn
Can
a
I
lot
just
from
say
them.
one thing, one sentence to say is that now that we start to talk about speaking and all these things, I always believe that even though you mentioned that I did take part in speech contest at the world level, I never believed that public speaking is a contest. I always believe that you speak not to impress. Of course, Gracie being on the path to greatness, I mean, she has to impress the judges and all these things. But I think we reach a point where I don't want to speak to impress people. I want to speak to be able to express good ideas and to be able to elucidate things. That's mean to explain things clearly. That's what I want to do. And that's why I steer clear from speech contest. Thank you.
Okay, so remember to invite Dunstan to speak, Elizabeth, at your speaker society. You can
Yes,
definitely.
I will announce it once the thing is rolling, because
Yeah.
now we are
Yeah, you got
boot
many
camp.
people here who have great stories to share.
Yes,
Okay,
inspired.
we are coming towards the end of the meeting. Is there anything on your mind you want to share before you go? Any announcement? This is a time to speak up. Raise your hand. Okay, Bruce, please.
So we
Bruce.
can give our contacts. Oh, so sorry.
Oh, yeah. You can come after
Give our
Bruce. Let Bruce speak
contact
first.
and all that
Okay.
in the group chat. So if they need our services, they know where to get us, how to reach us.
Okay,
Thank you.
I just want to share my signature statement, which I think you can use it to live a wonderful life. Love, learn, leverage, and live your dream. God bless you.
Yes, that's my motto also.
Okay, all of you are in the chat group. So what you can do is write a short message to introduce yourself so that people know your name, know a little bit about your background. They have your contact number there, and you tell them your area of interest or expertise or whatever. Write a short intro into the group, and then you can take it from there. Otherwise, you will just appear as a phone number in the group and nobody knows who you are. So write in the short introduction. Yeah. Okay, Pearlin, you want to say something before you go?
I joined a bit late. After work, I joined at 8 plus. Hi everyone, I'm local. I got to
Tilt
know
your
this.
camera a bit so that we can see your face. Okay. Good.
Okay, just repeat again. I joined late after work. I joined around 8. Got to know this group through a friend who's also in this group. But today he didn't join. But the thing is, I heard about speaking since young. Because back I'm in my 40s. So when I was young, right, back then there wasn't much TV shows. Then on Channel 5, I always see those speakers on stage speaking. It's always broadcasted on Channel 5. Then I'm like, this is very interesting. You just have to speak, give an idea, give a speech, and you get money. And okay, I like to go on stage lah. And I think that's like also a good way because I see there's different type of speeches, So after I joined this, I was like, I can give it a try too. And I find it's a good way for me to improve my speech, because I tend to talk too fast sometimes. So it's also a good way to share a lot of different ideas, not just about hobbies, but also other things like in life, you see. So, and I'm also glad that there's people of different age group. So really, I get to hear different perspective. Yes.
Okay,
That's
good,
all.
Pauline.
Thank you.
I recommend you join Elizabeth Speaker Society. Then you have a lot of chance to speak. Okay. Is there anybody else in the room that's not spoken? No? Anyone? Any announcement before we go? No, James has not spoken. James, introduce yourself. Yeah, talk to us. You need to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm a insurance officer in a UK inspection center, also doing customer service. I've been out of education for more than 10 years. I thought of going back to teaching, lecturing, and training again. I look for opportunities. I'm glad that Angora give me the confidence. And I hope through the network here I'll get opportunities as well. And hope you all have advice for me in this line. Do guide me and help me along the way.
Certainly. Many people here are very nurturing, very caring, so you get a lot of support. And also contact Elizabeth. She has a speaker society. You can practice there.
Okay.
Okay. Any other last words before we sign off?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. I think you make a difference. You make a difference. We are very glad you're here. I know many of you have a lot of stories and you find that 10 minutes is not sufficient to tell your entire 60-odd years life of story. So if you have not finished telling your story, please register with me to continue the story at the next meeting. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you and good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Mr. Banpeng.
Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
Mr. Mike.
Thank you very much.
God
Thank
bless.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Peng, thank you so much for sending me the link. It was so nice to see everyone again.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so nice to see you. You literally grew up in this 1 year since I last saw you.
It has been
When
so
I-
It's me.